next tail.
It is game one of the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs in the Eastern Conference as the Hurricanes take on the New Jersey Devils. You're looking inside Lenovo Center, where for the sixth time in franchise history, the Canes will take on the Devils in the playoffs. Frederik Andersen, in his postseason career, 38-30 with 3 shutouts, going up against Jacob Markstrom, 13-13 in his postseason career with Vancouver and Calgary, and 2 shutouts. Brent Burns, the veteran, and the captain, Jordan Staal, will be starting for Rod Brind'Amour. Jordan Martinook, who 2 seasons ago had 10 points in 5 games against the Devils. And we have some afternoon playoff hockey to get going, and here we go. The Canes win the draw. They'll send it in. Markstrom behind the net. Stankoven got in quickly, but New Jersey able to get this one out. Brian Dumoulin out to center. Jesper Bratt, who had a marvelous year for this Devils team, he'll try to track it down. Leave it along the boards for Stefan Nason, the former Hurricane. And now fumbling with the puck at the point. There's Kovacevic, and Carolina can clear that one out. As this puck will be settled down by Dumoulin, 2-time Stanley Cup champ, former draft pick of the Carolina Hurricanes. He was part of the deal that sent Jordan Staal here to Carolina. He won those 2 Stanley Cups with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now Carolina will break away. Aho with Jarvis making his way through, trying to find Blake, but that's intercepted and tipped back out to center ice. Orlov does a good job of chipping this back in. Blake trying to come up with it. And New Jersey gets the ability to clear this one out. And Chatfield sidesteps a big hit now, a little pushing and shoving in front of the bench.
Timo Meier finished Chatfield. Meier had made a really nice defensive play prior.
Now a chance here for Hughes, his shot. And that is whistled wide. Jersey trying to keep it into the corner. Dougie Hamilton steps up, but Carolina's able to clear. 90 seconds have gone by here in this first period. A loose puck, Kotkaniemi will come up with it. And now Shane Gostisbehere.
Happy birthday to Shane Gostisbehere. Hopefully he can have an even more memorable birthday and factor in.
Coming off of a 7-goal and 38-point campaign in 7 games. And another big hit laid on in the corner. There's Andrei Svechnikov. That'll allow Kotkaniemi to come up with a puck. He wanted to get it back to Burns, but that'll be intercepted. And New Jersey can clear. Cody Glass, he plays this up the boards. Burns does a good job of getting in the way, and the pass intended for Glass, and Carolina will get it to Svechnikov the other way. Robinson has to hold up. He will. And now the hits just keep coming back and forth as Robinson finishing off in the corner there on Cotter. And this will be icing on New Jersey, and with that, we get a chance to get a look at the keys to smoking the competition trip.
Can Carolina repeat themselves, because they've got in front of first rounds, taking an advantage of home ice advantage repeatedly. Playoff emotion yet discipline. Ride it, but make sure mentally you're dialed in. End of period urgency. Carolina gave up a lot of late goals, late in first periods in particular in the regular season. That's going to have to change.
Kings win the draw. Back Chatfield, they score! Traffic out front, but Chatfield was ready to let it go. And the Canes jump out to an early lead on a Category 5. It's 1-0 Carolina.
Clean face-off win. Actually some help from Robinson after Roslovic. Got just enough of the draw. Chatfield got it to the net quickly. I feel like Dumoulin nudges Carrier into Markstrom. So Sheldon Keefe, New Jersey's head coach, will take a significant look at this. However, first glance, it looked like Dumoulin nudged Carrier, driving the net into the crease. There was definite contact, but I thought the cause for that contact was Brian Dumoulin. And for me, no doubt about it, did Chatfield ever get that thing to the net quickly? Roslovic and Robinson will factor in, guaranteeing the face-off possession, and you're off and running.
That is the start you want, and now Slavin comes up with an intercept. He puts a shot right on it. Markstrom will swallow that.
You know, you not only have to have Roslovic dialed in, but Robinson helping out. You get it right back to the point, and Carrier, the other guy on this line, he knows what his role is. He went right to the front of the net, got there first, which forces the push from Dumoulin. Chatfield beats Markstrom on the blocker side.
Now Slavin with a shot. His far post offering goes just wide. A chance for Burns. That doesn't make it through traffic out in front. Will deflect off the glass. Stahl will get to it. Stankoven. Logan Stankoven acquired from Dallas. He'll get it back for Slavin. That shot out in front. Markstrom makes the save, and then he'll get a second part, and Luke Hughes is caught in the crossfire.
Looks like Hughes is okay. Longtime Hurricane Brett Pesce's partner on the Devil Blue line.
Let's get a look at the injuries and scratches, Trip.
Well, Carolina is the healthiest they've been going into now 7 consecutive playoff appearances. You hope that continues. But either way, you're going to need everybody. Jankowski, Jost, the healthy extras up front. It was wonderful to see Alexander Nikishin practicing yesterday. And you see him get clipped with that stick. Where the Hurricanes are winning offensive zone draws, and they are driving the net. Defensemen are getting pucks through quick.
Second playoff goal for Jalen Chatfield in his career. First playoff assist for Eric Robinson. And you can't script it better if you're Carolina in this building. And it is absolutely electric here. An afternoon start. And the Canes fans are ready for it as Hamilton will go cross corner. Burns. He'll move this one out. This puck's coming back into the Cane zone. It's icing.
Sheldon Keefe, we're so familiar from him being the bench boss for Toronto, who will be in action tonight in the Battle of Ontario. He's done a really nice job with New Jersey this year. His first year as the Devils head coach. You know, significant injuries along the way, including the fact that their superstar Jack Hughes not available. But Tom Fitzgerald, their GM, really improved their team.
Yeah. There's now a low drive by Myers put on, and that one will be kicked away. And as Andersen had to be ready for the sharp angle. Canes up along the boards. This will be deflected in. Markstrom's got to come out and play it. He will. Canes were in a change. Markstrom tried to take advantage, but could not. Stahl will get it to Orlov, and Carolina will wind their way through. And Chatfield absorbs another hit, but gets it in deep. And there is former Carolina Hurricane Brett Pesce. Part of what Rod Brindamore said to you is New Jersey got better by getting a couple of Carolina Hurricanes this offseason, most notably Brett Pesce and Stefan Nason.
Turnover from Pesce.
Now here's a chance out in front, and that's hammered by Aho just wide. And Carolina will get to it. Blake wants to go across with it, but that's blocked by Nason. And it'll come back to the Canes blue line. Carolina will chip this one. Excellent play made there by Orlov and Chatfield to keep it out of the zone.
It was an un-Pesce-like play to turn it over. He had just been booed. As great of a Hurricane as he was, but this is the playoffs.
And now penalty coming up to Carolina as Heischer is taken down behind the Hurricanes' net. And Chatfield's making his way to the penalty box.
Carolina number 5, Monterey County cross-checker.
It's Eric Furlot with the announcement, working this game with TJ Luxmore, 2 veterans. And the Devils had a super power play, both pre and post Jack Hughes. Heischer does a nice job of protecting the puck to draw the trip. And a bunch of familiar faces. And the majority, significant Hurricanes. Hall is the guy that had great MVP success with New Jersey. Let's see how Carolina can do on this kill.
Now the Canes will start off as they normally did in the regular season, the #1 ranked penalty killing unit, by winning the draw and sending it all the way down. New Jersey's got to find their way into the Cane zone. As Jesper Bratt carries it, then he loses it. Good play by Stahl, and Burns will wing one all the way down. Markstrom's going to play it, and he'll work that one quickly up for Dawson Mercer. He'll work it across for Bratt. Jesper Bratt will carry this one, drop back. Luke Hughes wants to go across, looking for Meyer. Bratton this season had 30 assists on the power play, and Carolina will knock this one out again. Canes, they allowed 244 penalties this year. And they only allowed 40 power play goals. They had 10 shorthanded goals. This one out in front. Andersen makes a save, and he'll hold the line and get the whistle.
Good to see Andersen feel the puck, and I loved how he went horizontally with the shaft of his stick on the ice, because Orlov had a good battle level on Mercer. Mercer spun and found the attacking side of the puck. Nice play from Mercer, but when you know low is the only option, that's when you go with that paddle completely horizontal. You don't have to worry about anything up high. It helps you cushion the puck to get a whistle as well.
Another opportunity for the Devils with the offensive zone draw, as there is a minute left in the kill for Carolina. This puck will find Stahl. He'll carry it over the blue line, handing it for Martinook. Martinook has it knocked away at the last moment. Excellent play made there by Hughes. Now Martinook will help keep this in. He'll head to the bench as Aho comes out. Timo Meier will track down the long pass into the Kane zone. He's going to work this one across for Hischier. He's sealed off by Jarvis. Now stepping into the play is Walker. He wants to clear, and he does, and the Canes will break out. Here's a chance. Sean Walker across for Jarvis, and Markstrom with a big save. Rebound still available. That's knocked away from Aho. And the Devils will come back, and there's going to be a penalty coming up to New Jersey. High sticking. That'll eliminate the rest of this.
And I think it'll take us to our first commercial break. What a saucer elevated pass from Walker to Jarvis. Jarvis took it off his skate to his tape. Markstrom leaning one way, makes a save the other way. This is a great play and a better save. Too many men on the ice. You can hear the announcement. Off the skate. Didn't maybe get quite as much elevation as he wants. You want to go upstairs on Markstrom. Heck of a chance.
19 seconds gone in the power play as Paul Cotter will go to the penalty box. And the Canes penalty killers this season, exceptional. 83.6% best in the NHL. I already told you about the 40 power play goals they allowed. That is the fourth fewest in the league, in 52 of 82 games not allowing a power play goal. That is the best in the NHL. And again, it was too many men against New Jersey, as Tim Gleason, the man responsible for running the penalty kill, should be pleased with that effort to start. And now, puck loose side of the net, stuffed at there by Kotkaniemi, and Markstrom will hang on, and he'll get a whistle, and there's 12 seconds left here, 4-on-4, and it's getting a little chippy here. 13:50 left in the first. Carolina will be coming on a power play when we come back.
To us, every moment matters. Moments of quiet perseverance and loud celebrations. Starting moments and the moments that make us feel unstoppable. We're here to help you be present for them all. UNC Health is dedicated to getting you back to what you love. Faster, stronger, and healthier. Official healthcare provider of the Carolina Hurricanes.
Look what we have here. It's the refreshing deliciousness of a Pepsi mini can. It's the perfect complement to any meal. The dash of indulgence your day was dreaming of. The sip that'll have you singing Pepsi.
Nope, not again, Steve. Let's take a cue from the Pepsi mini can and pack all that awesomeness you're feeling into a much smaller treat for everyone. Deal?
So, big awesomeness, smaller size. I think I've got just the thing.
Pepsi mini can. Mini can, big taste.
Hey everyone, Adney and Verk here to talk about our great podcast, NHL Unscripted with Verk and Demers.
Jason Demers here. After playing 700 NHL games, it turns out I have an opinion or two. Whoever's saying trade one of them, you don't know anything about hockey. I'm on the bandwagon. I'm rooting for this team. With new guests every week, we will talk about hockey and more.
Can't wait till you watch this movie because it's the biggest award of her career.
He went into the cheetah exhibit. The cheetah took a piece out of him, and he came into the ring the next day.
Tune in to NHL Unscripted with Verk and Demers on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back inside, where Carolina captain Jordan Stahl has plenty of postseason experience, and he knows exactly what it takes to win a Stanley Cup, having done it back in 2009. He said if the postseason is a grind, and it comes down to which team can outlast and grind down the other team longer. Once you do it once, you have to do again, and again. He said the key about this team is that we have belief in each other. We're walking out as brothers, and we have what it takes this year, guys.
And truer words have never been spoken. A slight delay here, too. And Carolina has an abundance of depth. There's no question when you look at their 4 lines and 3 sets of D, they've got an edge.
All right, now it's a little 4-on-4. Canes win the draw. And in 7 seconds, they'll be on the power play. Now worked up top for Aho. He'll hand this one off. Canes working it around. It'll be Jarvis, and now Carolina officially on the power play. It'll be Gostisbehere quarterbacking. He'll work this. Svechnikov. He'll go back and forth with Gostisbehere. Svechnikov trying to get a shooting angle. As one now puts it through. Rebounds available. Out in front. That'll be deflected away. Svechnikov bodies up on Hischier, but Mercer will skate this through center ice. Now Mercer, he'll just look to kill some time here as he'll track back, and the Devils will give it away to Gostisbehere at his blue line.
Got to go upstairs on Markstrom. He's one of the top goalies in the league dealing with seam passes, the way he moves and plays deep, like those 2 saves he just made there.
A little more than 7 minutes gone by here in the first period. Carolina up 1-0 on Jalen Chatfield's goal from just inside the blue line. And now New Jersey with a good job creating a turnover. Coming back the other way, it's Jesper Bratt. He'll stop. He'll look. He'll get a shot through, and that'll be blocked away. Nicely done by Frederik Andersen. He saw it the whole way, and 30 seconds left here in the Canes power play. It's Roslovic. He'll drop this one off for Stankoven. Going to be worked around, kept in by Taylor Hall. Hall centering it out in front. Kotkaniemi got a stick, and then this will be deflected out of play.
I want to explain why I believe it's right to go high on Markstrom. As I'm going to wait for a second. This was in warm-up. Stop it right here. He has, for a 6'6" goaltender, the handle of his stick is way lower than most. And what does that do? That essentially reduces his height because he's got to crouch lower, gripping that handle so low. The most goals that beat him this year, the highest percentage, were high to the glove and high to the blocker. Chatfield's high to the blocker. Go upstairs.
And 26 wins on the season, coming from out west. Now Roslovic tries the short side, and Markstrom has the answer. He was going high. Now Kotkaniemi with it. He'll drag, he'll shoot short side. Another save, Markstrom, and then popped up by Stankoven, but a good glove there by Markstrom.
You know, so I mentioned where he's been vulnerable, where he's been elite, is moving side to side. So you can really see it. He has a custom stick. You know, I was thinking about the history of these 2 franchises, and I was looking at a Marty Brodeur stick yesterday. His shaft, he's 6'1", I believe Brodeur was, is much higher, where the thick part then changes the shaft where a goalie grips the stick. So when you have to crouch lower like he does, it means your hands settle lower. So if you get it upstairs, even a 6'6" guy can't catch up to it.
That's good stuff there. What goalies are comfortable with. We'll see if this becomes a factor in this postseason series. As in 1 second, this will be Cotter out of the box. The Devils will kill off the power play. Canes did have 4 shots, though, on Markstrom. 11:45 left here in the first period at Lenovo Center. In game 1 of this best-of-7 first-round matchup. Now the Devils will clear. This will be dumped into the Cane zone, but it'll be scooped up and taken quickly out of the zone. Nice job there as Robinson takes the pass. He'll try and rim this one around for Orlov. He'll step into it. But New Jersey gets to the loose puck. Chatfield will paw it down. He'll send this one back in, and it'll make it for icing against Carolina.
Andrei Svechnikov was on the top unit. He hasn't been on it for a while, and I have to think this power play goal in the second period, for me, his best finish of the season, was a big part of the fact that you flip-flop Andrei and Taylor Hall. Let's not kid ourselves. If you're going to go deep, it starts with winning this afternoon. You need 37 to be 37.
He did lead the team in power play goals with 10 as Dougie Hamilton gets a shot through. Andersen able to make the save. And as the Devils will get to this loose puck. Turning with it is Hischier. He'll drop it. Jesper Bratt back for Hamilton. He lets the shot go off of the pads of Andersen. Tracked down by Bratt. Second opportunity. That was deflected out in front as Nason was there. Andersen in his crease. Hischier trying to pull away from Roslovic. Spin it down low. Nason will drop it there for Brett, watched by Chatfield.
This is the first time the Heischer line has not been against Stahl, Slavens, and Burns because it was off of icing. And Sheldon Keefe looking to create a matchup. Tough to do as the visiting coach.
Take advantage when you can. Is this pass intended for Nason, but he is offside. Well, there is definitely some history between these two teams in the postseason. 6th all-time meeting. The Canes have won the last 4 series. 18-11 overall in those series. And Rod Brindamore has been involved in every single one of these series as a player or a coach. By the way, the season series, Chip, we would be remiss if we didn't tell you it was 2-2. The Canes won both games here at Lenovo Center, New Jersey, won both games up in Prudential Center in New Jersey.
Canes have won some ozone draws early in the game.
Now Slavin, his shot will be over the glass into the netting with 10:29 left here in the first.
Aho just won one again. You know, Roslovic and Robinson did on the Chatfield goal. And the amazing thing about that playoff history, 4 times between 2000 and 2009, the Canes and Devils, and they weren't in the same division. So the fact that they played that much when they weren't in the same division, they are now, it's remarkable.
And now another opportunity as Slavin goes low with this and Markstrom waves it away. That was back in the old 1-8 format. And a little bit of a hybrid division versus wild card. New Jersey trying to work this one free. They will haul it. He'll drop it back. Long drive elevated over the top of Anderson's net. He played it up the glass. Not out. Pesci. Pinch in. Keeping that one into the corner. Going to be chip free and out of the zone it goes. Halfway through the first period here in game 1 of this Eastern Conference playoff matchup. The second place team in the Metro Division, Carolina, against the third place New Jersey Devils. And a little bit of back and forth to each side, and this will be icing on New Jersey.
Forechecking is such a big part of Carolina's bread and butter, and establishing it below the goal line. That's where it all starts. You get in on the body, you have puck support, and then you oftentimes go low to high. Sometimes you take it right to the net. And you have different guys on every line that can provide that.
Yes, very good. Kanyemi in the face-off circle. That'll be won by New Jersey, and they'll clear this one free. An opportunity now sprung, but they're on the wrong side of the blue line at the time. 9:31 left in the first. Hurricanes lead the Devils 1-0.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything's possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
We all love cheering on the Hurricanes, and our Triangle neighbor Lenovo is giving us something else to cheer about. The global technology giant is going all in to enhance the fan experience at the Lenovo Center and support the transformative entertainment district, making it a one-stop shop for all things fun in the Triangle. Hockey, entertainment, food, and more. Check it out at the newly named Lenovo Center and Entertainment District, where celebration starts in the Triangle. See you there.
Steel deals are happening now. From instant savings on select tools to free battery offers on some of our most popular battery tool sets. You can enjoy great deals and do it all with Steel. Shop online or in store at your local Steel dealer. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
We're back here in Raleigh, and you knew Svechnikov would flip the switch and be more physical, like this terrific hit early in a series and eventual win against an outstanding defenseman, Hampus Lindholm, 3 years ago. It's been physical here in the first period. Palat in the neutral zone, Brendan Dillon. So you love to see that. The critical piece for Andre will be, when he's delivering these hits, that he's responsible with his stick. His stick was low on both of those finishes, especially the one on Palat in the neutral zone. Make sure it's low to avoid any type of penalty.
And as this face-off just outside of the Canes blue line, one back by New Jersey. Hamilton wants to work it in deep. Second opportunity, we'll get it there. Canes will scoop it up in the corner where Walker will absorb a hit. Coming in there by Dowling. And along the boards, Canes can get it free. Carrier will chip it. Robinson will go chase. He'll step into Dillon. Now out in front, Carrier got a whisper of it. And Robinson trying to settle it down. Dowling is able to play it out. And his Gostisbehere, he steps into Bastion.
I asked Rod Brindamore in our interview before the game about unsung guys that may make a name for themselves. Robinson and Roslovic would be two that come to mind for me.
Now Andre Palat, the two-time Stanley Cup champ with the Tampa Bay Lightning. You should get a good look at Roslovic making a play on Kovacevic to clear this out. 8:35 left here in this opening period. And a chance for New Jersey. As this will be knocked down at the Canes blue line, and the Devils have to tag up their offside.
Well, you know, I asked Rod what his gut was. He doesn't have one. I have one, so that's my gut.
I've got plenty for both of you if you need another one. But I'll agree with yours in your iron constitution. As this puck is knocked out of play. And our Verizon reliable performance, how about the Canes netminder, Frederik Andersen? His save percentage in Game 1, when you're taking a look at postseason history, is second all time, only behind John Van Beesbroek. But he's ahead of Roberto Luongo. That fourth name was pretty good, and Dominic Hasek, and Chris Osgood has a couple of Stanley Cups to his name as well.
What a list that is.
See if he can climb up and catch the Beezer here with...
Freddie told me he played his first game in the playoffs in 2014 as a member of Anaheim against Dallas. They won that series in 6. Eventually lost to the Kings.
The Canes will keep this one in. Stahl has it. Now it'll be batted out. You said something, too, that I wanted to follow up on earlier about how Game 1 is the different animal of a playoff series because everybody's fresh and how physical it can be.
Yeah, players have been waiting for it. They're told that the playoffs take if you advance. You're not banged up yet. So, I mean, it's exceptionally physical. And in a lot of ways, hockey fans would say that the first round of the NHL playoffs is the most exciting round there is.
As New Jersey works this one, but it'll be batted out. Aho trying to get to it, but Luke Hughes will skate it over for Pesce, and then Aho. That was a bump for his former teammate. And chip this one, trying to get it to Jarvis. Paula puts a shoulder to Blake. Mercer will take a return feed. He tries to go far side. Andersen gets a piece. Hughes will keep it in. That shot into the breadbasket. Andersen will hang on. Frederik Andersen, for his playoff career, as you mentioned, starting in Anaheim with the Ducks, his run with the Maple Leafs, and now here in Carolina, he is 38-30 at 2.46 goals against average. The save percentage is .914, but 3 shutouts as well. And when he's on his game, you know that he is as good as anybody else in the postseason.
At this stage of his career, the regular season's a wash. He's going to be judged on how he plays in the playoffs. If he can play that .914 save percentage that is his career, Carolina's going to have every chance to win. Stay healthy, of course.
Well, that's always the big if. It's funny how a 2-letter word is the biggest one in a sentence sometimes, but for the Canes, they know what they're looking for. Now Gostisbehere with a great move. They'll work this one forward, chipped in by Carolina. As Walker goes way up. Hall wants to get a piece of it. Dillon, he'll play it off of Svechnikov's leg pad. Claude Kaniemi wanted to bat it down, but it'll be taken away and skated by Cotter. Paul Cotter will work this one, and Andersen comes out of his net to help his defense. And this loose puck. Claude Kaniemi, he'll get it to Hall. They'll put it on the tape. And Walker will get this in deep and go for a change.
Walker's been jumping advantageously here in this first period. You go back to that chance, he and Seth Jarvis on the 2-on-1. There he gave Taylor Hall a nice breakout option.
One of 3 Canes who played all 82 games this year. This is offside on Carolina with 6:04 remaining here in the first and a 1-0 Canes lead.
Speaking of defensemen, Brett Pesce, you and I both know, he was a great Hurricane. But the crest is always bigger than an individual. When he had the puck earlier in this period behind the New Jersey net, he got booed. And then he turned the puck over un-Pesce-like. I think the crowd was a major factor in that Carolina penalty kill after what they went up 1-0. It makes a difference.
Oh, it does. Well, these players know it too. But he was a fantastic Hurricane. You can point to his arrival with Jacob Slavin and then Sebastian Aho, where things really started to change for Carolina. And then, of course, Rod Brindamore behind the bench, who has a 38-36 record in the postseason. Captain the Canes organization to a cup. As waiting to get this pass is Jordan Staal. He'll play it against his old teammate. Hughes trying to set him up. Now Logan Stankoven puts it out looking for Martinook. Just past his blade. And Heischer will flip this one. That'll be over the glass into the netting with 5:16 left here in this first period. Well, this is what you play all year for. The fans were ready. Yeah, towel time indeed. The Caniacs are ready, and the Canes were ready as well. Up 1-0 here late in the first.
For almost a decade, the Hurricanes have trusted their t-shirt needs with Cardinal Apparel. Carolina Hurricanes alumni Shane Willis here to tell you Cardinal Apparel has expanded and relocated to better serve their clients across the state. Formerly known as Raleigh Screen Print, Cardinal Apparel will produce high-quality screen printing while working directly with customers. Don't waste your time online trying to order through third-party vendors. Save money and time working with Cardinal Apparel. Visit cardinalapparel.com to start your order today.
The Stanley Cup Playoffs Bracket Challenge is back.
Oh, yeah, baby!
And now it's time to take your shot. Face off against family and friends. And see if you can predict this year's playoffs. Can you pick the perfect bracket and claim the ultimate prize? A trip to a 2025-26 NHL event. Sign up today for a chance to win exclusive prizes at NHL.com/bracket.
Barbecue season is back. Hey, it's Ellen. And this is Sarah Beth. And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich is that zesty barbecue sauce. I love that it was a little sweet, a little tangy, and with the mac and cheese, I feel like I tasted the brown sugar bacon first. It was the absolute best combination. Pro tip, 3 sandwiches are always better than 1.
Order the Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich and a Coca-Cola on the Chick-fil-A app for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Well, Chip, my sizable gut says that Jordan Martinook is going to have a huge impact in this series like he did 2 years ago against New Jersey.
Well, players don't forget. It was in the second round, and this is why the playoffs are great. Heroes emerge. We know what Jordan Martinook does to help the team on a nightly basis, but Jesper Fast, who, by the way, his line mate, ended this series in overtime in this building in Game 5. They were scorching hot in that series.
It's hot. I don't know if I can say the devil because that's who the Canes are playing here again, but 3 goals, 7 assists, 10 points in that series for Carolina. I mean, that's as Conn Smythe-esque as you can get. This is icing. New Jersey, and let's have a Marty party here in the playoffs for Jordan Martinook. 15 goals on the year, ties a career high. The 21 assists ties a career high, all with the Carolina Hurricanes, and of course, you add them all up, 36 points, the most he has put together in the season.
His game's made for the playoffs, and he's always had a heavy shot, so it's not surprising when he is produced in the spring. A ton of icings here in this first period, especially for New Jersey, which represent nerves.
This face-off, Aho trying to tie up his man, but it'll have the puck slither out. New Jersey's able to clear it, only as far as Burns at the blue line. Burns will be waved at, but we're going to get a penalty behind the play. Tripping is the call.
Yeah, Blake received a hit right along the Carolina bench.
And the Canes going on the power play for the second time this period.
New Jersey penalty number 28. 2-minute minor. Tripping.
This is Timo Meier knowing the regular season that Jackson Blake had. And Jackson Blake showed us during the regular season, right-hand portion of your screen, he's got full possession of the puck, and Meier leads with the knee. Trail official, you can see Eric Furlot makes the call. That is Timo Meier. He tried to get physical on Chatfield, same spot earlier in the game. He had a good goal-scoring year. But that's Meier knowing exactly what Blake achieved this year.
Well, the Canes will win this face-off. Back for Gostisbehere. Deflected by Blake just over the top of the net. And New Jersey will get to the loose puck, and they can clear this one. Tripp, if the Canes continue to do well in the face-off circle, does that open up a playbook more for more set plays against New Jersey? I know it's early.
If you win them clean. The goal was not a clean win. That's why Chatfield got it right to the net. We'll have offside here. Can Carolina achieve power play entries? Because they won the initial power play draw, and then Blake had a really creative tip, and he went upstairs with the tip. It just missed. But when you win draws clean, even on the power play as they are now, then you have a bunch of offensive plays to choose from. When it's a partial win, like Roslovic's was to Robinson, you got to simplify, like they did.
Svechnikov will take the puck. He'll clear it across the rink for Gostisbehere. Now sent back up top, looking for it. There's a shot, hammered right on. But Markstrom, the equal to the Svechnikov drive.
I spoke about my scouting report on Markstrom, but I've mentioned he's the top seam goalie in the league. What do I mean by seam? Seam passes or quick passes on a power play, because he plays deep, that allows you to have a shorter area to move. And he's A+ from that standpoint, and you've seen it here in this first period.
Especially at 6'6", how he can move across. And as New Jersey wins this face-off, and they'll hammer it all the way back down. And Andersen will leave it there for Shane Gostisbehere. We talk about the Canes penalty killers. New Jersey had the second best penalty kill this season. So the Canes power play can find a way to get going here. Up 1-0. 2-0 could be a big punch before we get to the first intermission. As Gostisbehere has it. He'll hand it on. Oh, his shot, and Markstrom with a save, and he'll hang on.
There's more room to go upstairs. That's still sort of elevation. Low shot. Low shot. I mean, these are good power play chances, but low shot. Low shot. Chip, but easy save. Think about that crossbar. Upstairs.
3:32 left here in the first. 51 seconds left on the power play. The Devils will push this draw back, and Dumoulin gets enough to clear it over the blue line, back in the Kane zone as the Burns unit comes out with Stankoven, Kotkaniemi, Hall, and Roslovic. Did you see Roslovic with the puck now? And drag it in. Sent across away for Taylor Hall. Up top, it's Burns. Angled behind the net, helped around by Kotkaniemi. A chance here for Hall. And we'll find Kotkaniemi. Back for Burns. Set it up for Roslovic. He goes upstairs and hits the crossbar. Now Hall will keep it. Trying to feather it. Kotkaniemi gets one through. That'll be swept away by Markstrom. Kept in by Carolina. Roslovic with it. Roslovic for Burns. 5 seconds left on the power play. Hall looking. He'll get it to the blue paint, but that'll be scooped up and cleared away.
Upstairs, could have been 2-0. Critical time here late in the period. Carolina gave up late goals in first periods late in the regular season. Finish it right.
Now Orlov, he tries to go high. That goes off the glass. It'll bounce out in front. Stahl gets a stick to it, but that'll be taken away by Meyer. Timo Meyer, he's stepped into by Orlov. Chatfield absorbs a hit, but makes a play, getting it up for Carrier. Now here's Martinook into the Devil zone. His low drive and save Markstrom. Orlov follows up. That'll be tipped away. Now behind the net, Carrier with it. Fishing for it's Martinook. Carrier to the corner. Stahl will keep it down deep. Under 2 minutes remaining here in the first period. Canes lead 1-0. Orlov will keep it in. Martinook tries a shot. That pinballs. And Meyer can cross center ice. Wanted to get it in deep. That went off of Slavin. Right back to Meyer, though. Now he'll back one high. That little pop fly caught by Frederik Andersen. He'll hang on.
Roslovic might be on the beginning of a streak. He's a streaky player. Receives this. Wires it. Look at how much room he had. No puck luck. Catches the iron square. But that first angle, you could see the drop in the gloves of Markstrom, how much room there was.
Now we'll see if the Canes can find that upper deck. As Hughes' drive doesn't make it through. And Walker will come up with it. He'll have to play it away from Cody Glass, and does. Good work here by Hall. He'll get it up for Svechnikov. Svechnikov trying to work around Hughes, a little backhander. Save made by Markstrom. Now Slavin's drives through traffic. Kotkaniemi knocks it down. That goes off of the hands of Cotter. Canes will get it back. Chipped right back forward. Nice play here. Svechnikov with a chance. Sent across and deflected just wide. Is looking for that play. Was Taylor Hall, and he's looking for a call. Not going to get it. His stick broke.
A tremendous effort from Hall, and he was able, losing his footing, to go upstairs. Heck of an effort. Good feed from Svechnikov.
That was a Superman effort flying through as this Canes crowd has come to its feet here in the final minute. New Jersey with the puck. Bastian tries to slide this one deep into the Canes zone. He does. Dowling with a hit on Chatfield. Canes will clear it up. Stahl. He'll play it to center, but Palat with it. Andre Palat. He'll get this in deep. For his career, Palat playing his 151st playoff game. Now Carolina to a loose puck. Stahl looking for Martinook. This will be deflected into the New Jersey zone. 10 seconds left here in the first period. Devils will come up with it. Bratt will turn around. Looking for room. He'll just throw it to the sideboards. And now a long drive will be caught. And he'll knock that one away as the period expires on the Kovacevic drive. Now the crowd is ready to go. Playing in his first ever playoff game. Jackson Blake will talk things over with Hannah Yates. It's everything he expected it to be. It is an electric atmosphere here at Lenovo Center in game number 1 of the first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. And the Canes, after one, have a 1-0 lead thanks to Jalen Chatfield.
Adam Gold in studio with my friend Patrick Day from the Aluminum Company of North Carolina. I tell people all the time, every single company that I endorse, it's about customer service. You guys are amazing. What is the philosophy of Aluminum Company?
So for us, it's all about helping customers out, right? If you want us to look around and see what windows are the worst, or if you need some doors and windows, we put together a package that works for the customer. There's no pressure. We absolutely try to help with financing options.
800-672-4348 or aluminumcompany.com.
As America's leading business lender, Bank of America is on your corner and in your corner, right here in the Triangle. With $215 billion in business loans and over 3,700 business specialists across the nation, we help businesses thrive so communities prosper. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/local business. Bank of America, official bank of FIFA Club World Cup 2025. Copyright 2025 Bank of America Corporation, all rights reserved.
Dear McDonald's, your breakfast menu, fire. 10s across the board. I could be happy with anything, even though I order the same thing every time. Thanks for not judging me. I'll try something new next time. Maybe.
Get your faves for less. Buy a sausage McMuffin with egg for $2.50 at any size Sprite for $1.49. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Adam Gold inside Lenovo Center on the Lenovo Intermission Report. Brought to you by Lenovo, official technology provider of the Carolina Hurricanes. 1-0 Carolina. Jalen Chatfield's first goal of the playoffs. Makes sense. First period of the first playoff game. So he's got one. It was right off the faceoff. Jack Roslovic won it. Eric Robinson got the puck back to Chatfield, whose low wrister made it all the way through from the blue line. A lot of traffic, and it gets past Jacob Markstrom. That made it 1-0 Carolina. On the bump-up shift, the Hurricanes had a bunch of other chances as well. Jacob Slavin had a shot through traffic that had to be shouldered down by Markstrom. And as Carolina was pushing for a second goal, it was not going to be. Hurricanes ended up taking the first penalty. Jalen Chatfield called for a cross-check on Nico Hischier. Okay, whatever. Hurricanes killed off that penalty. Were so good at it. Had really two good scoring opportunities shorthanded. The second one from Seth Jarvis really put the Devils in a scramble mode, and in the effort to try and get some offense out of Carolina, out of the fact that Carolina was off in the offensive zone, the Devils jumped up on the ice too early, and they were whistled for too many men on the ice. Hurricanes got a power play out of that. Didn't do anything with it, but got a couple of good chances. And the second power play Carolina got on a Timo Meier trip in open ice against Jackson Blake the Hurricanes' second unit had the best chance. Jack Roslovic from a sharp angle hit the inside of the near post. Like that could have gone if it was maybe a quarter of an inch further to the left. That puck goes in. It would have been 2-0. Roslovic, of course, was the decision to start over Mark Jankowski, because that's really what it came down to for Rod Brindamore. Tyson Jost was the first one out of the lineup. Then it came down to Jankowski or Roslovic to center the fourth line. 22 goals for Roslovic, plus the power play opportunity, plus a right-handed shot on a face-off, and all the zone entries that he could present to Carolina on the power play, I guess, won the day. But we'll see how that situation moves forward. But Roslovic has had a pretty good showing here in the first period. Remember, he won that face-off on the Chatfield goal, and so he gets an assist on the play. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We have highlights coming up, but a reminder that it is time for you to buy Hurricanes playoff tickets. That's right, playoff tickets for the Hurricanes. Hurricanes.com/tickets for all of your playoff ticket information. Highlights are next.
To us, every moment matters. Moments of quiet perseverance and loud celebrations. Starting moments and the moments that make us feel unstoppable. We're here to help you be present for them all. UNC Health is dedicated to getting you back to what you love. Faster, stronger, and healthier. Official healthcare provider of the Carolina Hurricanes.
Who wants to save up to $1 a gallon on gas with Harris Teeter fuel points? It's easy. Shop at Harris Teeter with your VIC card. Earn 1 fuel point for every $1 spent. Redeem your points for gas savings at Harris Teeter fuel centers in our partnering Amoco and BP gas stations. You can even check your fuel points in the Harris Teeter app. Get 4 times the fuel points when you shop on Fridays. Harris Teeter, in food with love.
Hey everyone, Adney and Verk here to talk about our great podcast, NHL Unscripted with Verk and Demers.
Jason Demers here. After playing 700 NHL games, it turns out I have an opinion or two. Whoever's saying trade one of them, you don't know anything about hockey. I'm on the bandwagon. I'm rooting for this team. With new guests every week, we will talk about hockey and more.
Can't wait till you watch this movie because it's the biggest award of her career.
He went into the cheetah exhibit, and the cheetah took a piece out of him, and he came into the ring the next day.
Tune in to NHL Unscripted with Verk and Demers, the iHeartRadio app, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Adam Gold here on the Lenovo Intermission Report. Brought to you by Lenovo, official technology provider of the Carolina Hurricanes. First period highlights are brought to you by Kia. 1-0 Carolina. The goal comes early. Jalen Chatfield right off the faceoff through a whole lot of traffic in front.
He's win the draw back. Chatfield, they score! Traffic out front, but Chatfield was ready to let it go. And the Canes jump out to an early lead on a Category 5. It's 1-0 Carolina.
Roslovic wins the draw. Robinson saps it back to Chatfield through traffic past Jacob Markstrom. And here comes Markstrom, has to come to the rescue again. Devils got the first penalty, first power play. Chatfield was whistled for a cross-check. And here comes Jarvis shorthanded.
And the Canes will break out. Here's a chance. Sean Walker across for Jarvis. And Markstrom with a big save. Rebound still available. That's knocked away from Aho.
Carolina was really, really dangerous shorthanded on the first Devils power play. And Frederik Andersen had to come up and stop Dougie Hamilton. And then Dmitry Orlov went to work.
For Brad, back for Hamilton. He lets the shot go off of the pads of Andersen. Tracked down by Brad. Second opportunity. That was deflected out in front as Nason was there.
Dmitry Orlov with that. Good period on the blue line for Carolina's crew today. They lead in shots 17-5. Power plays are 0 for 1 for the Devils, 0 for 2 for the Hurricanes. We will talk things over with Walt Ruff, but a reminder that you can save on trimmers, sprayers, and more, plus get free battery offers by shopping online or at participating local Steel dealers for a limited time. While supplies last, Steel. Do it. Next.
Steel deals are happening now. From instant savings on select tools to free battery offers on some of our most popular battery tool sets.
You can enjoy great deals and do it all with Steel. Shop online or in-store at your local Steel dealer. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Look what we have here. It's the refreshing deliciousness of a Pepsi mini can. It's the perfect complement to any meal. The dash of indulgence your day was dreaming of. The sip that'll have you singing Pepsi.
Nope, not again, Steve. Let's take a cue from the Pepsi mini can and pack all that awesomeness you're feeling into a much smaller treat for everyone. Deal?
So, big awesomeness, smaller size. I think I've got just the thing.
Pepsi mini can. Mini can, big taste.
Adam Gold inside Lenovo Center on the Lenovo Intermission Report. 1-0 Hurricanes after 20 minutes. Playoff game number 1. Walt Ruff, Hurricanes.com content maestro, wizard of the keyboards, master of the universe. Judge the first period for me.
I like it. I liked a lot of it. Honestly, I think if you're Rod Brindamore, the only concern you have is it could be one of those periods where you're saying, I wish we walked away with a little bit more, right?
Yeah, they had chances. Yeah. You know, it's funny. I thought after the first 5 or 6 minutes, Carolina got the goal. Bump-up shift was really good. They almost got another one. And they've had a few chances since then, but I think most of the advantage has been territorial as opposed to scoring chances, so the next step. But I think they're fine playing that game. The Devils don't have the puck in front of Freddie. It's going to be hard for them to score. How do you think Andersen has looked, even though kind of a limited workload?
Yeah, not a ton of work. And I think that both sides knew that was going to kind of be the MO going into this series. It was going to be a possession arrow in favor of Carolina almost at all times. Wasn't a ton that New Jersey had going. I thought they had that one shift by the Brat line after Roslovic and his trio got stuck out there after the one icing. But outside of that, Freddie Andersen not really tasked with a whole lot.
Yeah, I think the biggest flurry happened on the first part of New Jersey's power play. There were a couple of chances there that Freddie was able to handle. But you mentioned that shift because I thought the Roslovic line did a pretty good job against New Jersey. They didn't get any great chance. They had the puck for, 30 seconds. But they didn't get anything really out of it.
No, I agree. And, I mean, turn back the clock a little bit. I'm going to spin this one back to you. Were you surprised at today's lineup decision?
No. When I spoke with Rod yesterday, and I did my interview with him for today's show. I did it yesterday after the scrum, and he basically laid it out. And he said, we're choosing between two. It's Roslovic, 22 goals, right face-off guy who's actually been good for Carolina in the circle, and it's almost like coaching matters. And he's also power play entry on the second unit. Jankovic has scored a bunch of goals, 8 in 19 games. Is a penalty killer, but he's like the third option on the penalty kill, and they're going to go with their top 2 units whenever they can. So I thought he made more of a case for Roslovic, but I also think that it's very fluid.
I agree. I think we'll see them at some point. To me, personally, I thought we were going to see Mark Jankowski over Eric Robinson.
Ooh, I don't think Robinson could come out of the lineup.
I know it would have been a tough decision to make, but Jankowski also gives you the option down the middle. Same thing with Roslovic. Jankowski, man, taking him out of the lineup after as much as he scored. Yeah. I was surprised. I had to admit I was surprised.
Oh, look at we have things to discuss then. I just don't know if you could take Robinson out. I think he's
I know it would have been a tough call.
Much all year long. Plus he's interchangeable in different spots. He's a guy you can play up in the lineup as well. Remember, Hurricanes' 2 best offensive lines this year were Kokoniemi, Robinson, and Natchez.
Yep.
And Aho, Blake, and Jarvis.
Yep.
So Robinson can play up in the lineup.
He can.
Which I think is, not that Jankowski can't because he centered the second line a bit when Kokoniemi was out for a couple of games. But I've loved Eric Robinson all year long.
And then poetic justice, he gets the primary helper on the first goal. So look at me.
Hey, Roslovic wins the faceoff. The head coach looks brilliant. Real quick,
sure
also, the head coach went with Andersen. We'd have no idea what's going to happen in the last 40 minutes. Think we see Piotr on Tuesday?
Oh, too soon. I'm playing the fence on that one.
It is too soon. I say yes. Walt Ruff, Hurricanes.com content maestro. We don't have any other scores, but I'm going to make up scores.
Okay.
When we do the NHL scoreboard after these words from your local station on the Carolina Hurricanes radio network.
Make your next tailgate more electric when you plug into a new Ford F-150 or Super Duty truck. Not only do they light up the scoreboard with outstanding payload and towing numbers, with available Pro Power on board, you can turn these Ford trucks into mobile generators to give your tailgate party an extra boost of energy. Visit your Carolina Ford dealer or buyfordnow.com for great offers and to learn more about F-150 and Super Duty. See owner's manual for important operating instructions.
Is your AC ready for summer? Don't wait for the heat to hit. Weak airflow? Warm air? Strange noises? These are warning signs your AC needs attention. Our skilled technicians offer AC repair services or replacements to keep your family cool all summer long. Don't sweat it. 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning has your back. Here to keep your home cool all summer. Visit onehour.com to schedule today. Financing options available.
Doesn't the North Carolina Education Lottery Winners Club give the best massages?
I've never felt so relaxed.
Thanks to this month's scratch-offs, this is our life now.
It's like winning again and again and again.
This month's scratch-offs pack over $150 million in total prizes. The Winners Club awaits. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds of winning range from 103.8 to 9.88. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
Adam Gold inside Lenovo Center on the Lenovo Intermission Report. Brought to you by Lenovo, official technology provider of the Carolina Hurricanes. Canes fans excited to see Jesper Fast here at Lenovo Center. Looks good. He's going to wind the siren to start the second period. Remember, Fast still had a year left on his contract, but of course he got hurt in the final game of the regular season last year, and it's more than likely that his career will come to an end. A pretty bad neck injury. He looks great, and that's dynamite. Man, he would be great to have on this team for the way he played. He was so big. Remember the series against the Devils 2 years ago? He, along with Jordan Staal and Jordan Martinook, absolutely dominated that series. Hurricanes are hoping that Staal, Martinook, and Stankoven can do the same thing. All right, let's get to the scoreboard, brought to you by Cardinal Apparel, proud partner and T-shirt provider of the Carolina Hurricanes. This is the only game in town. Ottawa will open their series in Toronto coming up tonight at 7 o'clock in Minnesota, and Vegas will be on the Strip later on this evening. Yesterday, Colorado opened their series in Dallas with a 5-1 win. Nathan McKinnon, a couple of goals and an assist. Marty Necas had an assist. Jack Drury had a gorgeous assist and was otherwise awesome in a shutdown role. And Winnipeg rallied with a 5-3 win at home over St. Louis. Blues led it 3-2 after 2, but Alex Iafallo tied it up, and then Kyle Connor put the Jets ahead with 1:36 remaining. Adam Lowry tacked on an empty net goal for the 5-3 final score. We go to period 2. 1-0 Hurricanes and a Jalen Chatfield goal. Mike and Tripp will have the call. We'll see you after the second.
The Stanley Cup Playoffs Bracket Challenge is back.
Oh, yeah, baby!
And now it's time to take your shot. Face off against family and friends and see if you can predict this year's playoffs. Can you pick the perfect bracket and claim the ultimate prize? A trip to a 2025-26 NHL event. Sign up today for a chance to win exclusive prizes at nhl.com/bracket.
For almost a decade, the Hurricanes have trusted their T-shirt needs with Cardinal Apparel. Carolina Hurricanes alumni Shane Willis here to tell you Cardinal Apparel has expanded and relocated to better serve their clients across the state. Formerly known as Raleigh Screen Print, Cardinal Apparel will produce high-quality screen printing while working directly with customers. Don't waste your time online trying to order through third-party vendors. Save money and time working with Cardinal Apparel. Visit cardinalapparel.com to start your order today.
Now Jalen Chatfield opening up the playoff scoring for the Hurricanes here this afternoon. His second career goal in the postseason has Carolina up 1-0 as we get ready to start the second period. Alongside Trip Tracy with Shane Willis and Hannah Yates. Thank you for joining us here on this Easter Sunday at Lenovo Center as the Canes in game number 1 of their Eastern Conference playoff matchup in the first round against New Jersey. Had the better play in the first period, but Trip, as you pointed out, if you're New Jersey, you're not going to be too upset going into the locker room down 1-0 as the score goes. As the second period's underway, Canes will chip this one into the New Jersey end. Stankoven goes after it. Stahl comes to help out. We peer in along the boards. Dumoulin tries to chip it off of Stankoven, but it'll come back around the boards. And a chance for New Jersey to clear. Can't kept in. A little backhand opportunity. Comes out. Martinook tries this short side. That's just wide. This one will work its way free. Heischer into the Kane zone, but it'll be swatted right back out by Slavin.
This will be the matchup here in the games in Raleigh. Stahl against Heischer. That'll change right in Sunday for 3 and 4 when we're up in the Garden State.
As Dumoulin plays this one around to Kovacevic. Out of the zone it goes. Chipped down by Nason. And work this one across Dawson Mercer. We'll play it off the boards. Charging after it is Eric Halla. That'll bounce into the corner. Timo Meier with it. He puts one out in front. Rebound gotten to by Halla. He'll play it back. Hughes' pass, though. He'll misfire that one in Aho. We'll leave it for Blake to go get to into the Devil zone. Hughes will come up with it. He'll play it off the boards. And Jarvis steps into Pesce out in front. Aho with a chance. He did not hold back. Canes keep it in. Blake with a shot trying the far post. And that's knocked away by Markstrom.
You can't hold back. And, you know, Pesce was beloved in the locker room, but you can't hold back.
No. Now Aho to Hall. That'll be swept across. I'll always think to the series in the bubble where Brady Shea and Jesper Fast. Now here's a drive by Dowling, and that'll be absorbed by Frederik Andersen.
That's a great example, because that was Brady Shea, the former Ranger, whose first shift against the Rangers and a future Hurricane. Good clean hit on Brett Pesce. I spoke to Brett yesterday, and I knew this is going to be mental warfare for him. But he has so many close friends on the Hurricane side. But if I were advising him, and certainly advising the team I'm pulling for, the Hurricanes, you got to block that out. Hard to do.
Here's a drive by Palat. That doesn't get through. Now a skate race for it. Robinson's going to get to it. Robinson's in. Fan second opportunity. Markstrom makes the save. Puck still loose. Oh, Jacob Markstrom coming up big for New Jersey there on Eric Robinson, the New Jersey native. Now this will be thrown out in front. Carrier trying to get to it. That'll be knocked free, and the Devils can clear.
Markstrom's made a bunch of saves since Chatfield made it 1-0. How good is this Roslovic Robinson Carrier line bit? You block a shot and off you go. The speed, the direct nature of Eric Robinson. Unfortunately, the puck rolled on him at the last second. I think he wanted to go up top. He couldn't. But that's everything that Robinson just exhibited during the regular season.
Now off the draw. Slavin steps into one. That goes wide. And it was a career year this regular season for Eric Robinson. Career high in goals, assists, and their 4 points.
Because he's a direct player, he can skate. Perfect for the way Carolina loves to play, and perfect for the way the postseason is played.
Kotkaniemi gets this into the Jersey zone. It goes through Hughes. Svechnikov with it. He'll play it off of a leg to himself. Go back down low. And a chance here for the Canes to keep some traction going in the Devil zone. Slavin shot right on. Hughes to the rebound. He'll play that along the board. Svechnikov gets to it. Wanted to keep it in. That'll bounce off the skate of Cody Glass and back to the Canes zone. 3 minutes gone by here in this second period. Canes making a change. Got to be careful there. New Jersey following suit. Almost got caught with 2 men again. Nason with it. He'll play it around Slavin. Burns can't settle it. Heischer wants to get it free. He'll get the second opportunity. Nason back behind the net for Bratt. Just for Bratt. He'll send it across for Nason. That'll be blocked. Excellent play there by Burns.
He wasn't puck focused. He was worried about his guy, and then his reach did the rest. Good moment for Burns.
Now Slavin He finds a seam, and he'll fire this down. Markstrom has to play it because Stankoven was charging in. Now, loose puck. Going to be backhanded in by Slavin. Markstrom will keep it moving. And as Dumoulin will turn.
When I say puck focus, Mike, oftentimes defensively you get too focused on the puck.
Yeah.
Not on your guy, who's the guy that's about to get the puck.
Holla will flip this in. Chatfield will get to it. Bratt will step into him. Holla. He's given a shove by Orlov, and that'll allow Chatfield to get to the loose puck. And he can't get caught staring at the puck. And now Jarvis puts it on Blake's tape. He'll drop it back for Jarvis. His low drive. Markstrom gets to it. And he'll shovel that one forward. And away comes Meyer. And he'll be stepped into by Orlov. Orlov has been physical in the first half of this game.
He was physical December 28th here against Eric Howla and company in the most physical regular season game that these two teams played.
Let's see if there is any fallout from that right now. It's a 1-0 Canes lead. And Carolina will chip this one into the Devils' zone. Blake, he'll pin Hughes to the boards. Now, good job here by Carrier. Now this will be worked around. Gostisbehere will keep it in. Blake take a couple of shoves there by Hughes.
He told Hannah Yates he wanted to be more physical, Jackson Blake, in the intermission. He was there.
Now he makes a great play to keep it in. He'll hand it off for Carrier. His drive. Markstrom swats at it. And Hughes is able to keep it before it trickles over the goal line. Now here's a low deflection. Bastian out in front. Andersen makes the save. And Carolina will clear. We'll try to clear. And good keeping, but now this will be deflected over the glass into the netting.
Can you see how much more comfortable Markstrom is low than up top? That was a sharp angled shot. He battled it. Yeah, Orlov played his best hockey as a Hurricane in his first year in Carolina last year in the playoffs. This was the collision late in the game on December 28th. It was the most entertaining game that Carolina played all season. It comes off the bench, and I mean, it was unbelievable. And that was a really important win for this group at that point. They had lost in New Jersey the night before.
It was a 5-2 win.
And they trailed in the game.
But it was coming off of that 4-2 loss, as you mentioned, in New Jersey, and they trailed. Now here's a long drive, and Andersen. Stout makes the save. Skated out by the Hurricanes, and Jesperi Kotkaniemi. Hamilton moving it around the boards. Canes wanted to keep it in, but that'll be missed, and that'll force Walker all the way back into his zone. Chasing after him is Cotter. Along the boards, it'll be chipped out as it gets past Dillon. Now Carolina will skate this one in. Here's Taylor Hall taking a peek out in front. Svechnikov goes high, but off target. Now Kotkaniemi takes aim just off. Burns with a high shot. That goes over the top of the net of Markstrom. And the Canes with a couple of good looks. Just got to put it on the target now. Svechnikov, he'll take a hit. And the puck will roll its way for Dougie Hamilton.
We talked about Hall, among other players in our open, holding on to pucks. He held on to the puck there for an extra second, created a super chance.
Canes will clear this one out. Carried in by Martinook. Martinook's got Stahl out in front. He sure gets in the way. Now he'll lose the puck. Stankoven with a drive. He scores! Martinook comes up with a loose puck. He feeds the rookie and Logan Stankoven's first goal in the playoffs for the Canes.
Carolina direct hockey up the ice, including a nice play off the wall from the future goal scorer. And when Carolina wreaks havoc below the goal line, as Martinook did, he sure couldn't play it. You're cooking, and you're cooking the way you want to cook. Stankoven, quick release, made sure to get just enough elevation. Markstrom got some of it, trying to bring the glove into the body, but not enough of it. Boy, you go back to the play that Stankoven made at his own blue line. Low risk, high reward, off the boards, the wall. Followed it up. Heck of a job forcing the Heischer turnover from Martinook.
Now the Canes, as play resumes, do a good job of keeping Jersey out of their own zone. Batted back in, worked around. Meyer wants to make a play, absorbs a hit. Now it'll be tipped here for Pesce into the Canes zone. Blake is able to take it away. But he'll give it away. Meyer keeps it in. His shot goes just wide of Andersen's cage. 12 12:50 remaining here in this second. Logan Stankoven has Carolina up 2-0. Jordan Martinook, the only assist on the goal. Now the Canes, they'll give it to Jacob Slavin, a secondary assist. Stankoven, he'll keep it in. He'll give it to Stahl. Into the corner. Stahl will come up with a turnover. Out in front, Stankoven with a tip. He'll get a second chance to reload. He almost came up with his second goal within minutes. Stankoven, this line has been really good right now. Now Stahl's drive. That'll be deflected by Gostisbehere. He'll get to the rebound. Back up for Walker. Across the way, the captain tees it up. That'll be deflected off the Stahl drive. Stankoven tries. That shot goes off of the skate of Hischier. Gostisbehere wants it. He'll get it now. Now the side of the net, Stankoven. He'll hang on. Stahl goes for a change. Now a drive by Walker. And Markstrom with a quick glove. Well, hang on. A key acquisition for the Carolina Hurricanes. What a goal for Carolina. The captain's happy. Logan Stankoven's happy. And the bench has got a 2-0 lead. Canes lead here in this second.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything's possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Steel deals are happening now. From instant savings on select tools to free battery offers on some of our most popular battery tool sets. You can enjoy great deals and do it all with Steel. Shop online or in store at your local Steel dealer. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Doesn't the North Carolina Education Lottery Winners Club give the best massages?
I've never felt so relaxed.
Thanks to this month's scratch-offs, this is our life now.
It's like winning again and again and again.
This month's scratch-offs pack over $150 million in total prizes. The Winners Club awaits. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds of winning range from 103.8 to 9.88. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
Logan Stankoven and Jordan Martinook figuring in on the Canes' 2-0 lead. And how about Jordan Martinook with some ups trip?
After he caused the turnover below the goal line, not going to call it a great vertical, but it's a real cerebral one because he wants to make sure he doesn't get hit with the shot. I really enjoyed my time at the bench during the pregame when Martinook sprayed water on me. That might become a thing.
Well, you don't mess with a streak.
Whatever it takes.
Those are the words of Crash Davis. Now Roslovic with a drive and a save made by Markstrom.
And Dillon's hurt. Brendan Dillon, the Devils' defense, he's hurt.
He's going to go right to the ice and you'll get a whistle.
I mean, he is as tough as they come. A super veteran. Brendan Dillon is. So if he's hurt, he's hurt.
That'll stop things with 11:35 left here in the second.
Jonas Siegenthaler, who I think is a underrated defenseman. Sheldon Keefe has said he's doubtful for this round. So they're already missing Siegenthaler on the back end, and he's become a very important piece in New Jersey.
He's right now being checked in, and a good sign to see Dillon up and talking.
He's old school. He's as tough as they come. Carrier battling to the front of the net. No ill intent. And he went down, tried to get back up. And you can see that he wasn't right. Carrier has, you know, hopefully first and foremost, Brendan Dillon is okay. I have supreme respect for him as a player and a person. And everywhere he's been, every teammate would say precisely the same thing.
And he's made his way to his skates, but he is making his way to the door for the Devils locker room, which is on the opposite side of the ice where he is. A good sign now. He's skating on his own.
Yeah, that's a really good sign. You know, Mike, now that you see these encouraging signs, Rod Brindamore had a big decision to make. Because a lot of people thought that Will Carrier, back healthy, would be where you thought he'd be and where he was supposed to be and signed in free agency, playing with Stahl and Martinook. But the way Stankoven has been trustworthy on that Stahl-Martinook line and the skill and finish that Stankoven brings, we just saw it. Why not keep that line the same and put Carey in a different advantageous spot? By the way, he's a huge part of the first goal.
Yep.
Then Stankoven scores. Great coaching decisions.
I was going to point that out. You beat me to it. That you have those little changes. Reason why the Canes have a 2-0 lead, as Will Carrier doesn't get a point but figures in greatly on the Chatfield goal. And then Stankoven buries the Martinook pass, and that's where we are at 2-0 Carolina here in game 1. Now a spin around shot doesn't find its way through. That's blocked up high, and the offering there from Glass, and the Canes will work this one in. Across the rink for Hall, is shot right on, kicked away by Markstrom. Hall was ready to let that one go. Svechnikov pressuring. It'll be turned over. Hall wants to find Kotkaniemi. That's deflected away. Hall goes for a change. Cotter hands this one off for Luke Hughes. This will be deflected, and it'll be worked all the way out of the zone by Kotkaniemi. And this will be, we got a whistle on this puck. Bring the draw back. And
well, this was the warm-ups, and a lot of fun being down there. Jordan Martinook, that is, used to snow shower me, and it led to success. Boy, and that,
hang on.
That drip's a new word, right? That says your style. That drip made me look like I didn't shave today, but it just goes to show how relaxed he was. You know, it's the same game you play in the regular season.
Well, you do have the drip, as the kids say. The drip is in the details. By the way, the focus. If we had time, I would go back.
You got to be spontaneous.
I mean, you dug in. You didn't let it bother you. You kept going with the report.
Well, our camera down there did a nice job of adjusting to Jordan, but the big takeaway was that, you know, sometimes you think you got to be different. You know, warm-ups of game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. You know, the guys that don't change are the ones that grab the moment.
I was going to say, to your point, it's about being comfortable in those moments. Why would you break out of a routine if you have one? Although I think we might have a new routine where Trip is going to be part of the drip.
At least I'll be hydrated.
That is true. It's important to be hydrated as well. Canes wanted to keep this one in deep. That'll be knocked away by Heischer. The outstanding captain for the Devils. He's looking for room. Martinook comes back on him. He's watched by Slavin as well. You know, Slavin up for Martinook. And he'll smartly just dump this one over the Canes' blue line. 9.5 remaining here in the second period. Carolina leads New Jersey 2-0. As goals by Jalen Chatfield and Logan Stankoven have the Canes in the lead here. New Jersey trying to keep this one in. This will be fired to the other side of the rink.
New Jersey down to 5 defensemen. All the more incentive to get pucks deep and make them spend hard time in their own end.
And Stankoven trying to clear. Mercer kept it in only for the moment. Now Nason goes high on Martinook. Puck comes back in the zone, but then there's Slavin making a Jacob Slavin play. He'll carry this into the Devils' zone. Wanted to feather that one out in front. It'll come back, kept in by Chatfield. He'll go to the corner. Around the boards, Aho. Back, Jarvis is offering. And knocked the stick out of the hands of Sprong. And now the Canes might be able to take advantage as Blake has it. Taking a look, drop back, working his way through Orlov all the way. And Markstrom made the save. He didn't know where it was. And now a penalty coming up to New Jersey for knocking this one over the glass. A delay of game.
Carolina's defense. Chatfield the first goal. Orlov here. Big part of the attack.
Number 91, Monroe County, delay of game.
Mercer in the box. The Canes gonna get another power play. Dmitry Orlov almost made it 3-0. There's Mercer flinging it over the glass into the netting. And a power play where the Canes up 2 here in the second.
Look what we have here. It's the refreshing deliciousness of a Pepsi mini can. It's the perfect complement to any meal. The dash of indulgence your day was dreaming of. The sip that'll have you singing Pepsi.
Nope, not again, Steve. Let's take a cue from the Pepsi mini can and pack all that awesomeness you're feeling into a much smaller treat for everyone. Deal?
So, big awesomeness, smaller size. I think I've got just the thing.
Pepsi mini can. Mini can, big taste.
Canes fans, something big is happening this season. Our favorite hometown technology giant, Lenovo, is celebrating 20 years in the Triangle, and we're all getting in on the fun. Grab your jersey and meet us at the Lenovo Center, the new name of the home arena of the Carolina Hurricanes. The Lenovo Center is just a slap shot away from Lenovo's headquarters in the Triangle. Come celebrate and cheer on the Canes this season at the Lenovo Center.
Who wants to save up to $1 a gallon on gas with Harris Teeter fuel points? It's easy. Shop at Harris Teeter with your Vic card. Earn 1 fuel point for every $1 spent. Redeem your points for gas savings at Harris Teeter fuel centers in our partnering Amoco and BP gas stations. You can even check your fuel points in the Harris Teeter app. Get 4 times the fuel points when you shop on Fridays. Harris Teeter, in food with love.
Canes getting their third power play of this contest. Dawson Mercer in the box for Dog Pog.
This is an opportunity, the 2-0 lead. 2 power plays in the first, didn't convert to deliver a true heavyweight punch in this game. Svechnikov's been good the first half of this one.
The face-off's won by Carolina. Goss to spare. No-handed. Jarvis will get it right back from Aho. Aho in the slot looking for Svechnikov. That'll be knocked away. And Heischer will take it. He'll turn. Keep trying to play it. Nice play by Svechnikov to take it away. Now he'll turn on the Jets. Svechnikov into the zone. We'll drop it back here for Gostisbehere. He'll go across Aho. Looking for Jarvis. Now it'll be back for Aho. Cycling up top. It goes low to high. Chance here for Jarvis. That goes off the glass. And Aho can't keep it in. Canes have to regroup.
You can see how much Jarvis wanted to locate the upper half of the net there.
And Jarvis will carry this into the double zone. He will get it to Gostisbehere. He'll quickly shovel it for Aho. Chance here. Set across. Looking with it is Jarvis. Going to play it. Side of the net for Blake. Jackson Blake. Fetch this down low. Dumoulin bumps with Svechnikov. That'll interrupt the play for a moment, and they'll joust for it. Bratt gets to it, and he'll clear this one. 45 seconds left here in the Canes power play.
Nice work from Pesce, because he was at a disadvantage. Both Svechnikov and Blake were there. Second try, got it out.
Jarvis wanted to get it right back in, but New Jersey stouted their blue line back into the Cane zone. 30 seconds left in the man advantage for Carolina. 7 minutes left here in the second period. Canes will get this one deep. Side, it's Stankoven, he scores! A power play goal for Logan Stankoven. His second of the period puts the Canes up 3-0.
Gorgeous power play entry, entering the New Jersey zone with speed. Hall makes a super pass to Stankoven. And Stankoven, after this tremendous distribution of the puck from Taylor Hall, looked like he knew Markstrom was moving to his left, shoot it back against where he's moving, and get it upstairs. And you can hear the ping. Perfect shot against the grain in hockey terms. Goaltender moving one way, shoot it the other. What a beautiful entry in the feed from Hall to allow Logan to do his thing, and he's doing it.
And he went high with the shot as well. And the Canes have a 3-0 lead here in game one of the second period. Give the assists to Hall and Kotkaniemi. Now New Jersey trying to get a little offense here. Palat has it taken away. And this line of Carrier, Rosovic, and Robinson has been good. They haven't spent hardly any time in their own end. Now Dowling chases after it, but Andersen helps it around. Orlov on the backhand. He kept in by Haula. Orlov, though, smartly moves it away, and Chatfield will play it back to his defensive partner. Meyer lines up Orlov. Good forecheck here by New Jersey. As it'll come out in front, Mercer. He can't get it clean. Second opportunity by Meyer. That goes off of Andersen's side of the net. Orlov, he'll hit Mercer, and the puck comes free, and the Canes can have numbers. They're going to hustle. Here comes Robinson. He'll try the low side. Kicked away by Markstrom. And he'll fall on top and get a whistle. 5:46 left in the second. Canes on the power play. Logan Stankoven getting Raleigh fired up.
To us, every moment matters. Moments of quiet perseverance and loud celebrations. Starting moments and the moments that make us feel unstoppable. We're here to help you be present for them all. UNC Health is dedicated to getting you back to what you love. Faster, stronger, and healthier. Official healthcare provider of the Carolina Hurricanes.
Barbecue season is back. Hey, it's Ellen. And this is Sarah Beth. And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich is that zesty barbecue sauce. I love that it was a little sweet, a little tangy, and with the mac and cheese,
I feel like I tasted the brown sugar bacon first. It was the absolute best combination. Pro tip, 3 sandwiches are always better than 1.
Order the Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich and a Coca-Cola on the Chick-fil-A app for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Hey everyone, Adney and Verk here to talk about our great podcast, NHL Unscripted with Verk and Demers.
Jason Demers here. After playing 700 NHL games, it turns out I have an opinion or two. Whoever's saying trade one of them, you don't know anything about hockey. I'm on the bandwagon. I'm rooting for this team. With new guests every week, we will talk about hockey and more.
Can't wait till you watch the movie because it's the biggest award of her career.
He went into the cheetah exhibit, and the cheetah took a piece out of him, and he came into the ring the next day.
Tune in to NHL Unscripted with Verk and Demers, the iHeartRadio app, or wherever you get your podcasts.
3-0 Hurricanes here in Game 1 at the Lenovo Center. Why? Logan Stankoven. What he has just done here in the second period for head coach Rod Brindamore and the rest of his team. His first goal comes off his line with Stahl and Martinook, finding the open space, working extremely hard away from the puck to find a goal-scoring area. From there, it's been all about his release. 2 quick releases to give the Carolina Hurricanes a 3-goal lead, Mike.
Great stuff, Shane. And for Logan Stankoven, the 2-goal performance in his playoff career, goals number 4 and 5. He does have playoff experience coming from Dallas. Now this opportunity from Walker, and Markstrom will absorb that one and hang on. You're always looking to improve your team, Trip. This is what the Canes did when you look at adding William Carrier at the start of the season. 340 hits in 82 games when you look for his career. Now you've got Taylor Hall in the postseason, Jack Roslovic, Shane Gostisbehere, and Logan Stankoven, what they add to the mix.
Well, and don't forget about Eric Robinson, and don't forget about where Rod has chosen to deploy these new faces. Huge part of the fact that you're 3-0 late in the second period.
And there's still a way to go here. 5:25 left here in this second period. Now this one comes out. Pesce with a drive and knocked away. Andersen got a piece, and the Canes trying to clear.
And Robinson paid the price up top, too.
Again, it's what he does. And Andersen got enough of it. And now Slavin, he'll get it. And it'll be cleared by Roslovic. Right to the Devils' blue line, where Hughes will get to it. And Luke Hughes. All Devil defenders and points. This is spun out in front, and Andersen kicks it away. Stankoven plays it up for Martinook. Martinook, he puts a shot right on, and Martinook looking for a goal, but it'll be Markstrom with a save.
From grind to shine in no time, Sam's Express Car Wash gives you the flawless finish and family fun you crave. Experience the fun today.
Canes have played so well. Andersen hasn't been busy, but did you see the play that he just made with his stick? Because it was a Devil getting to the front of the net first. With authority, he put the puck, knowing where that Devil player was coming, where it needed to go. It was an underrated play.
The Canes have helped out their netminder. Shots right now are 33-9 in favor of the Canes, and the most important stat, 3-0. Carolina. Hall, he'll get this to Gostisbehere. He'll work it. Walker's drive. Markstrom makes the save off the chest. Rebound, though, kept in by Carolina. Gostisbehere. He'll get it across. Hall bangs one. Rebound chance is fired just wide as Svechnikov had a good look. Now worked back. Good job here. Kotkaniemi across. Gostisbehere looking for Hall. It'll be Walker. Settled down here. Little head fake. Kotkaniemi looking for Hall at the top of the crease. Kept in here by Walker. Down low. Hall with it. Taylor Hall. Back up top. Walker with a little drive, but Markstrom saw it, and it was low. He's able to keep it out. And Walker steps into his man. And center ice on Cotter. Now we'll get a whistle here on the play with 3:52 left in the second. And our Bet 365 Canes live bet anytime. Goal scorer Seth Jarvis. Plus 170 odds to get that job done.
As much of a superstar as Jarvis was in the regular season, Carolina, we've talked about it recently, at 12 forwards with over 10 goals. They're deeper than New Jersey. And that has shown. You have a power play goal most recently, and there's his buddy, a fellow Harvard, or a future Harvard product like Seth Jarvis. Carolina fans have fallen in love with the fact that a lot think he went there.
Yeah.
Played in the Western Hockey League. Probably did Harvard Night School on the side. But you've gotten scoring from other areas in this one. Very encouraging.
Online classes. And I believe when you talk about the depth scoring for the Canes, Mini Jarvis, who sits behind the bench, had 4 goals this year. As we get back to playoff hockey here. Slavin, he'll work this one across. It'll be chipped in. Going after his stall. He'll finish off Hamilton. But the puck will find its way for Hischier. Up for Bratt. Jesper Bratt trying to work around Slavin. Nothing doing. Puck along the boards. It'll come back to Bratt. Shot right on. Save Andersen. Rebound. And Mr. Andersen will hang on to that one.
You know, Slavin is Mr. Everything for Carolina. Best defensive defenseman in the league. It's rare that he decides to turn around and skate forwards in the neutral zone like he did. But he knows how fast Jesper Bratt is. And so he elected for a portion of the neutral zone to turn around and skate forwards. And then got back to using his backward skating ability. That was an excellent decision. You can bet Slavin knew it was Jesper Bratt, who's been a Canes killer. It can really fly.
As we just showed you, 53 blocks in his career against New Jersey for Jacob Slavin. Now Bratt with it, watched by Burns. Burns will lose his stick along the boards, but messy that one around the boards. Now a chance there from Bratt from a sharp angle off the shoulder of Andersen. Nason behind the net. This one will come out. That'll be blocked up high by Jarvis on the offering there by Kovacevic. What a play by Jarvis. And now the Canes will come up with it again and reload. Here's a chance across the rink. Aho wants to center it. That'll be intercepted by Hughes and cleared. Chatfield will get to it.
Yeah, Aho was caught between should I shoot and should I pass. Late period ice conditions.
Blake trying to settle this one down. He'll chip it in, and he and Aho will go for a change. Jarvis will stay on just for the moment. Now he'll change up. He'll make it quick as the Canes, Roslovic. He'll cut his shot trying the short side. That goes just wide of Markstrom's net. And New Jersey will skate away. Mercer into the corner. Chatfield. He's got an alley to clear this one out for Roslovic.
Game key, late in periods. Win this segment. Carolina did in the first. Don't give New Jersey any life late here in this period.
A good play here is Robinson was in on the forecheck. Carrier comes up with a turnover. Back for Walker. And across for Gostisbehere. His stick breaks, but the Canes will take advantage and a chance there as Roslovic can turn into a pass, and Markstrom had to make the save. Mercer along the boards. He can't clear it. Carrier gets a touch. Robinson wants to find Walker, but that'll be knocked away. Canes will have to regroup. Markstrom can't settle it down. Hamilton goes across the rink for Dumoulin, and we had some action behind the play, and we'll get a whistle.
Good hit, Svechnikov. Oh, and now Hamilton. These are good friends, but you can't have friends in a playoff series. Svechnikov finished Hamilton, and then Hamilton just gave him a cross-check. Are they going to call it? There was an initial penalty, two each, one aside. To Gostisbehere. Yeah.
Carolina, number 4, 2-minute minor, roughing. New Jersey, number 28, 2-minute minor, unsportsmanlike. Teams will play 4-on-4.
So that's 4-on-4, but the really intriguing part was, as this was going on, Svechnikov's hit on Hamilton, and Hamilton did not like it. And so then after the fact, Hamilton gave Svechnikov a cross-check. Somehow avoids a penalty. You know, Dougie's saying, hey, we were the best of friends. Well, not in the playoff series. Svechnikov has had an impactful 2 periods. You got to finish Dougie Hamilton just like you'd finish anybody else. And I really like Andre's game here this afternoon.
Well, it does lead to 4-on-4 hockey, though. Not anything to do with Svechnikov and Hamilton, but Gostisbehere and Meyer. So we will finish the second period 4-on-4. Jarvis trying to force Pesce into a turnover, and then he'll finish Pesce along the boards. Aho does the same on Hughes. Jarvis will come up with a puck. He'll get it back for Burns. Burns finds Aho. Out in front. That shot, Markstrom with a glove save. He'll hang on.
You know, Aho's been Carolina's best faceoff guy in this game. You know, he's not on the score sheet, but if Sebastian Aho can win faceoffs, you know, on the afternoons or nights he's not scoring, because he's going to have plenty of those. It's other ways to truly impact the game. He's been their best guy in the faceoff circle. I believe 7 of 9 coming into this one. 7 of 11. He's lost his last 2.
Hischier, 12 of 20 in the dot. 4-on-4 for 1:43, but there's only 1:18 left here in the second period, so we'll keep our focus on the game clock. As Pesce gets this one out. Brad plays it around for Hischier. He's got room. Hischier shoots, he scores! Far post, Hischier beats Andersen to the glove side, and New Jersey on the board here with 69 seconds left in the second period.
This reminds me of a week ago when the Rangers were in town. Heck of a play, switching sides in the neutral zone. Cooley for the Rangers scored a late goal, same spot, to give the Rangers life going into second intermission. Andersen, to me, looked like he was either drifting or guessing to the blocker side, and then he played the percentages of bringing that glove arm into the body. It's still off the far post. Freddie would love to contest it more than he did, but that was direct initially from New Jersey from their own end, and a heck of a pass across the neutral zone to Hischier.
Now Nico Hischier, 35 goals this year. That is just his 3rd playoff goal. We are now in the last minute here of this second period. As Cotter rolls this one around the Kane zone. Too far for Mercer. Blake wants to get a piece. Cotter comes back for it. Pitch this deep. Walker plays away from Mercer.
Brad's the guy that made that pass. Pesce made the initial one. Excellent pass from Jesper Bratt going east-west.
Svechnikov wanted to hang on to the puck, and then it rolled on him. 30 seconds left here in the period. Canes will maintain possession. Orlov into the Devils zone. They'll say it trickles over. Offside, Carolina.
You still like where you're at, but you just did not want to give up that goal. And Pesce goes direct. Brad makes a great play. That's the right time to not be direct. Throw it across the ice. Hischier with speed in a 4-on-4 situation. But still, you'd love to have a save.
We'll see if it gives the Devils any momentum, or if Carolina can take it back here late in the second period. Hischier will work the draw back and come up with the puck just outside of his own zone. Tries to tip it around Orlov unsuccessfully, as the Canes will track it down. Jarvis will try to turn away from Pesce. As we come up on 10 seconds left here in the period. Orlov's pass, that goes behind Walker's. 5 seconds left, and Sean Walker will be content to let the Canes go into the room. As his long pass for Orlov, he'll just roll one as the horn goes. With the Canes up 3-1, and the man responsible for that with 2 goals in the period, Logan Stankoven. We'll talk about the second frame with our Hannah Yates. We'll go after 40 with Shane Willis and get his thoughts and your highlights coming your way. It was a big period. Number 22 with 2 for Carolina in the second, and the Canes up by 2. It's 3-1 Hurricanes.
Hey, it's Adam Golden. I am in studio with my friend Jeff Hoffman from the Aluminum Company of North Carolina. windows. Everybody needs them, but we have a lot of different choices.
Yes, we do. We got double hung. We have the arch windows, all kinds of different shapes that we can do. We have slider windows, casement windows, and they come in several different colors, a lot to choose from. We'll come out, walk through the project with you, assess any kind of rotten wood, take care of that as well, and then install whatever you choose.
800-672-4348, aluminumcompany.com.
As America's leading business lender, Bank of America is on your corner and in your corner, right here in the Triangle. With $215 billion in business loans and over 3,700 business specialists across the nation, we help businesses thrive so communities prosper. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/local business. Bank of America, official bank of FIFA Club World Cup 2025. Copyright 2025 Bank of America Corporation, all rights reserved.
Dear McDonald's, your breakfast menu, fire. 10s across the board. I could be happy with anything, even though I order the same thing every time. Thanks for not judging me. I'll try something new next time. Maybe.
Get your faves for less. Buy a sausage McMuffin with egg for $2.50 at any size Sprite for $1.49. Price of participation may vary, cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Adam Gold inside Lenovo Center on the Lenovo Intermission Report, brought to you by Lenovo, official technology provider of the Carolina Hurricanes. 3-1 Carolina after 2 periods. Another dominant period for the Hurricanes. You hate to give up the late goal, 4-on-4. Nico Hischier from really outside of the left faceoff dot. Andersen just gave up. I mean, you can't guard the entire net. You're not the walrus from the commercials. But it's one that I'm sure Freddie would have liked to have had. And really in a situation where Carolina probably should not have been playing 4-on-4, really should have been on the power play, but I think Freddie should have had it. But Carolina dominated the period. There's no other way to look at it other than Carolina leaned all over New Jersey. They outshot the Devils 21-8 in the period, and much of New Jersey's action came late in the frame. They are now outshooting the Devils 38-13 over the course of the game. Logan Stankoven won the second period by himself. He finishes off a Jordan Martinook end-to-end rush from the neutral, early, like just outside the defensive blue line, all the way behind the net, behind New Jersey's defense. He gets the puck out off of Hischier's skate. It goes out to Stankoven, who beat Jacob Markstrom for a 2-0 lead. And then Carolina gets the power play goal, end-to-end. Taylor Hall coming in on the left side with speed, gets down almost to the goal line, extended, a cross-ice pass about 70 feet to Stankoven, whose wrist shot went off the inside of the far post and beat Markstrom. It was 3-0 at the time. Hischier's goal made it 3-1. Hurricanes seemingly in control, but still 20 minutes to play. New Jersey is a high-powered offense. Going to have to keep them in check. They'll have to play a good first 5 or so minutes of the third period and really reestablish their dominance. We'll listen to highlights next.
For almost a decade, the Hurricanes have trusted their T-shirt needs with Cardinal Apparel. Carolina Hurricanes alumni Shane Willis here to tell you Cardinal Apparel has expanded and relocated to better serve their clients across the state. Formerly known as Raleigh Screen Print, Cardinal Apparel will produce high-quality screen printing while working directly with customers. Don't waste your time online trying to order through third-party vendors. Save money and time working with Cardinal Apparel. Visit cardinalapparel.com to start your order today.
Doesn't the North Carolina Education Lottery Winners Club give the best massages?
I've never felt so relaxed.
Thanks to this month's scratch-offs, this is our life now.
It's like winning again and again and again.
This month's scratch-offs pack over $150 million in total prizes. The Winners Club awaits. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds of winning range from 103.8 to 9.88. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
Steel deals are happening now. From instant savings on select tools to free battery offers on some of our most popular battery tool sets. You can enjoy great deals and do it all with Steel. Shop online or in store at your local Steel dealer. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Highlights here on the Lenovo Intermission Report. Brought to you by Lenovo, official technology provider of the Carolina Hurricanes. 3-1 after 40 minutes. Spectrum brings us second period highlights, a connection built for everywhere. That's Life Unlimited. That is Spectrum. Carolina right off the bat making Jacob Markstrom earn his paycheck. Here he has to stop Eric Robinson.
Now a skate race for it. Robinson's going to get to it. Robinson's in. Then second opportunity. Markstrom makes the save. Puck still loose. Jacob Markstrom coming up big for New Jersey there on Eric Robinson, the New Jersey native.
Carolina's going to need some production from the Jesperi Kotkaniemi line. They almost got it right here.
Carolina will skate this one in. Here's Taylor Hall taking a peek out in front. Svechnikov goes high, but off target. Now Kotkaniemi takes aim just off. Burns with a high shot. That goes over the top of the net of Markstrom. The Canes with a couple of good looks. Just got to put it on the target now.
They just needed the captain's line to get on the ice. Jordan Martinook skates it around behind the net. Logan Stankoven is in the slot.
Canes will clear this one out. Carried in by Martinook. Martinook's got Stahl out in front. He sure gets in the way. Now he'll lose the puck. Stankoven with a drive. He scores! Martinook comes up with a loose puck. He feeds the rookie and Logan Stankoven's first goal in the playoffs with the Canes.
Carolina would get a power play. Taylor Hall comes into the left side with speed. Stankoven on the other side of the net.
Canes will get this one deep. Side, it's Stankoven. He scores! A power play goal for Logan Stankoven. His second of the period puts the Canes up 3-0.
His second goal of the game and the fifth playoff goal for Mikko Stankoven. That's my joke. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. Luke DeCock is going to join us on the other side, but because Stankoven's second goal was on the power play, you can stop by any participating Bojangles until 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Say, I am a Caniac and it's bow time. Get your free Bowberry biscuit. You can skate to hurricanes.com for rules and participating locations, all because Stankoven put the biscuit in the basket. Luke DeCock joins me next.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Who wants to save up to $1 a gallon on gas with Harris Teeter fuel points? It's easy. Shop at Harris Teeter with your Vic card. Earn 1 fuel point for every $1 spent. Redeem your points for gas savings at Harris Teeter fuel centers in our partnering Amoco and BP gas stations. You can even check your fuel points in the Harris Teeter app. Get 4 times the fuel points when you shop on Fridays. Harris Teeter, in food with love.
Adam Gold inside Lenovo Center. The Lenovo Intermission Report, 3-1 Carolina after 40 minutes. Luke DeCock from the News and Observer is joining us. You can find him on Blue Sky at Luke DeCock. All right, sir. 40 minutes of good play, you think, for the home team? I can't speak.
First of all, it's Marco Jankinen is the joke. That's the line. Jerk Store is the line. No, Marco Jankinen is the Mikko Rantanen joke. I was just talking about this with a couple people in the hallway, both before the game and then during this intermission. At some point, you want the Hurricanes to look like the team that has been in the playoffs 7 years in a row.
Right.
You want them to go out and push somebody on. They did a little of that with the Islanders, but the Islanders are a pretty gritty, tough team. There's never going to be that much space. With the Devils tonight, and this is a different Devils team than 2 years ago. The stars are the same. Most of the rest of the roster is turned over. Bunch of ex-Hurricanes. They basically, the Devils are at the beginning of a competitive cycle here, and the Hurricanes are in the middle of one, and they have gone out and pushed the Devils around. And I think Devils have tried to be physical. The Hurricanes have been more effectively physical. Seth Jarvis absolutely lit up Brett Pesce.
He did.
Dougie Hamilton has gone after Andrei Svechnikov, which, it's kind of amusing seeing Dougie try to get someone's goat in the playoffs when the Bruins had no trouble with him when he was here. But, The Hurricanes look like a team that's been here before. They're ready for the atmosphere. They're ready for the intensity. The Devils so far have not. Jacob Markstrom looking behind him for the puck after Orlov dipsy-doodled down the middle. That looks like a goalie who's not particularly confident. So a lot of good things to the Hurricanes. They should have more than 3 goals.
Sure.
And, that's the old story with this team. You've got to convert more of the chances you create. This is still a hockey game because of the 4-on-4 goal. It should be 5-1 right now, and it shouldn't be a hockey game. You should be worried about getting through the last 20 minutes without a bunch of fights and rough stuff. So, again, you need to finish more of the chances you create. That said, they've done everything else right.
Yeah.
Heischer's goal, as Mark Godfrey would say, the other guys are in scholarship too. Sometimes you got to tip your cap. That's a nice shot. Hurricanes did not get back quickly enough. He's got some open space. He picks a spot. He beats Freddie. That happens. So, you'd like to be up more than 3-1. But overall, it's exactly the kind of performance you would want against this opponent at home to open the playoffs.
Should it have been 4-on-4 in that situation?
Of course not, but
there's really no reason. Meyer, who I thought was a dirty play going after Blake, they called it tripping, but he had to go out of his way for it to be tripping. He was clearly trying to deliver a shot well after the puck left, and he stuck his leg out.
Yeah, behind the play, really, once the puck is already, I think, in the offensive zone at the time he actually gets. Yeah, so no, Meyer's been a little on tilt. That, as I said, the Hurricanes have been a more effective physical team because they've picked their spots and they've finished checks, and the Devils have run around a little bit, which, you see in games like this. But, yeah, no, it probably shouldn't have. That said, you've got to be better 4-on-4 and not give him that much space. He beats Aho on the faceoff. They transition the puck really quickly down the ice. Hurricanes weren't ready for it. Slavin and Burns were slow getting back. Boom, the puck's in the back of your net.
It's been a pretty quiet night for New Jersey's top line. The Stahl line tonight, Stahl, Martinook, Stankoven have done a very good job on Nico Hischer's group.
Yeah, forget about Stankoven's goals. The pressure that Stahl and Martinook and Stankoven have applied is just basically to keep that line pinned in their own zone.
Yeah.
So the old Peter Laviolette thing, if we have the puck, they don't. They've done a really good job with that. I want to ask Sheldon Keefe this question. I just don't know how to phrase it. Is it harder to play against the Stahl line because of the way they grind you down, or the Aho line because of the way they possess the puck and threaten? And I don't mean that. I just mean that sort of from a coach's perspective when you're scouting. When you have last change at home in Game 3, what would your target be? I don't know that you ever get good answers on that, but I'd be fascinated to know.
Luke DeCock, News and Observer. You can follow him on Blue Sky at Luke DeCock. Sir, thank you very much. I appreciate you dressing. A suit and tie?
It's a
playoff game. We dress for the playoffs.
Marco Jankinen, remember that when he's back in the lineup for Game 3. Logan Stankoven, it's Stankoven on 420. It's Marco Jankinen on Game 3. So there you go.
I think you and me and everybody else made the stank joke.
Too easy.
Oh, man. All right, we'll be back with a check of the NHL scoreboard, whatever one there is, after these words from your local stations on the Carolina Hurricanes Radio Network.
Make your next tailgate more electric when you plug into a new Ford F-150 or Super Duty truck. Not only do they light up the scoreboard with outstanding payload and towing numbers, with available Pro Power on board, you can turn these Ford trucks into mobile generators to give your tailgate party an extra boost of energy. Visit your Carolina Ford dealer or buyfordnow.com for great offers and to learn more about F-150 and Super Duty. The owner's manual for important operating instructions.
Hempy's, the Triangle's favorite hemp and CBD store, is inviting you to celebrate with them this April 20th at the Hempy's Mega Savings Event. Starting at 10 a.m. on 4/20, the first 50 customers to spend $100 will receive $150 in freebies. And every customer will receive 50% off Hempy's branded products all day. Remember, all year long, Hempy's offers free same-day delivery if you order before 9 p.m. Order now or find the location nearest you at hempys.co. Must be 21 or older to order.
Adam Gold inside Lenovo Center with a check of the second period scoreboard, brought to you by Lenovo, official technology provider of the Carolina Hurricanes. First of all, the Hurricanes have a 3-1 lead with 20 minutes to play, hopefully just 20 minutes to play. Jalen Chatfield, Logan Stankoven, and then Logan Stankoven again. Second one on the power play. Canes are 1 out of 3 with the man advantage. The Devils are 0 for 1. They do have a 4-on-4 goal from Nico Hischer. Coming up later on today on the scoreboard, which is brought to you by Lenovo, official technology provider of the Carolina Hurricanes. Toronto is hosting Ottawa, and then later on tonight, Vegas will entertain Minnesota. You can save on trimmers, sprayers, and more, plus get free battery offers by shopping online or at participating local Steel dealers for a limited time while supplies last. Steel. Don't be fooled by the spelling. Steel. The Hurricanes getting goals from Stankoven twice and Jalen Chatfield. Stankoven had 3 goals in the playoffs last year as not even, I guess he's a rookie now, still a rookie. He was a rookie last year too for the Dallas Stars, but he's got 2 here already in 1 game of the playoffs. Canes, 20 minutes away. A good start is absolutely vital to get this period underway. Don't let the negative momentum bleed over. We'll be back after this one. Mike and Tripp have the third next.
To us, every moment matters. Moments of quiet perseverance and loud celebrations. Starting moments and the moments that make us feel unstoppable. We're here to help you be present for them all. UNC Health is dedicated to getting you back to what you love. Faster, stronger, and healthier. Official healthcare provider of the Carolina Hurricanes.
Look what we have here. It's the refreshing deliciousness of a Pepsi mini can. It's the perfect complement to any meal. The dash of indulgence your day was dreaming of. The sip that'll have you singing Pepsi.
Nope, not again, Steve. Let's take a cue from the Pepsi mini can and pack all that awesomeness you're feeling into a much smaller treat for everyone. Deal?
So, big awesomeness, smaller size. I think I've got just the thing.
Pepsi mini can. Mini can, big taste.
The Stanley Cup Playoffs Bracket Challenge is back.
Oh, yeah, baby!
And now it's time to take your shot. Face off against family and friends. And see if you can predict this year's playoffs. Can you pick the perfect bracket and claim the ultimate prize? A trip to a 2025-26 NHL event. Sign up today for a chance to win exclusive prizes at NHL.com/bracket.
WCMC-FM HD1 Holly Springs.
And what a great sight, bringing the Canes onto the ice. Jesper Fast, he missed this entire season with an upper body injury, and that will fire up this crowd and his teammates.
Who scored the series-winning overtime goal the last time the Devils were here for a playoff game? That guy.
It's great to see him here. Let's see if the Canes can finish off this game as we start the third period. Still have 4-on-4 hockey here for the next 12 seconds as Stahl has the puck. He'll maneuver his way through center ice. He'll back off Dumoulin. Dip the shoulder and hang on to it. In that frame, he'll leave it here for Logan Stankoven, who's taken down. No call. We'll move on.
Still no Brendan Dillon, injured in the second period on the New Jersey blue line. So the Devils are playing with 5 defensemen.
And we are back to 5-on-5. And Shane Gostisbehere and Timo Meier both out of the penalty box. Trying to make a play at center ice. And it's going to be Hughes. Hughes will have that sticked away neatly by Orlov, and Aho came back on the back check to help. Orlov with it now. Stretch pass. And it was put on by Orlov, looking to spring Aho, but that was just deflected away. Now Orlov along the boards.
Nice play from Pesce reading that Orlov pass. And from playing together,
Yeah.
Pesce might have sniffed it out.
And I know that some of those things are coming. Now Blake goes in on Pesce. They were not teammates. And they'll work this one around. And it'll be Paul Cotter. Cotter. He's being harassed there by Kotkaniemi. And it's Hughes who gets it up for Cotter. Now he'll give it away. Gostisbehere's pass deflects its way to Hall. He'll try to come up with it. He'll find Svechnikov to Kotkaniemi. Around the boards, back for Svechnikov. He works his way out. Hall on the backhand. Markstrom save, rebound opportunity, and that's pitched just wide.
This line has been very good on all fronts. Svechnikov, beautiful look to find Hall in front.
Now Hall trying to take this one away, but it'll be kept in by Nason. Behind the Canes net, Andersen plays it around for Svechnikov. Knocked down by Kotkaniemi. It'll work its way up. And a little thread pass here for Kovacevic, and then that drive will be deflected over the glass into the netting. And when the Canes play on the road in the postseason, join Stormy and the gang at the Carolina Ale House. Next watch party is Friday, April 25th. That'll be game number 3 at the Cary location. Carolina Ale House, exclusive sponsor of the Canes playoff watch party.
It is hard to win at home when you look at first rounds in the Stanley Cup playoffs. But you think about game 3, a lot of hockey between now and then. 3 years ago, beat Boston, games 1 and 2. Then you beat the Islanders in 2 consecutive seasons, games 1 and 2. Very impressive, very hard to do.
Now, this is a building that, I will say it, we've been in all of them, Trip, but there is an advantage, and in particular when you get to the postseason. What Lenovo Center can bring for Carolina. Now, Hamilton wings one, that'll go wide. Myers drive, that'll be deflected away by Stahl. Palat wants to center it. He sure tries the blocker side. Andersen with the answer.
That was a much better hand save from Andersen, attacking on the blocker side than what he had on Heischer's goal. Same shooter.
Now Carolina. Not a lot of work for Frederik Andersen in this one. As this will come across. Bastion with a backhand, and Andersen able to keep that out. Bouncing puck. Carrier gets a stick. Roslovic hands it to Carrier. Now this puck will be batted around. A chance here for Carolina to clear, and they will. William Carrier. He won the Stanley Cup with the Vegas Golden Knights in 2023. He is a primetime playoff performer with the physicality that he brings. There's a good look at Roslovic across. Chatfield got it started. He was looking for a second. That's high. Orlov, he'll go around the boards. Chatfield will jump in. He'll keep it down low. There's Carrier with it. He'll take a hit from Dumoulin. Side of the net it goes. It'll bounce free. And New Jersey breaks out. Nathan Bastion. He'll work this into the corner, trying to pester Orlov. Orlov, good job stopping the action there. Chatfield around the boards. It'll bounce. Jarvis trying to clear this one out. Kept in. Hughes with a backhand. That'll be deflected away by Andersen. Now turning with it is Hamilton. His drive doesn't get through. A short-sided attempt there by Mercer, and Andersen makes the save and will hang on.
That's an underrated save. Not getting loose on his short side post, but this is a better save, the one we're about to take a look at. Watch the blocker side, and watch how much more conviction there was on this save than Heischer's goal. Hands well in front of him. And as soon as he feels it on the blocker, just turn that blocker to put the rebound where you want. You go back to his last playoff game, and Kreider scored a tough goal from that spot that led to Carolina being eliminated. That's why I say that was an underrated save from that angle.
Oh, now we're getting to the point where it's the ones you got to have. As the Canes have a 2-goal lead. It's 3-1. Hurricanes here. 15:40 left in this third period in game number 1. And it's going to be icing on New Jersey.
Once I got my arch supports from Good Feet, that pain just kind of instantly went away. My wife said, "You're a different person." She thought that was good.
One Finn on the bench, Jesperi Kotkaniemi. His line's been good. Loses that face-off, but been good for them.
And he turns around and fires one that Markstrom will catch and hang on to.
Yeah, I'm really pleased with Kotkaniemi, Svechnikov, and Hall. I mean, Hall's point is the beautiful pass on the power play, but to this point, Rod Brindamore, Jeff Daniels running the forwards. In terms of making a difference, making your shifts memorable, this line has done it.
As Svechnikov dove into the circle, the puck went past him, and that allows Bratt to play this along the boards, but Burns waiting for him. He'll jam this one back the other way, and Svechnikov can carry. He's going to hand this one across for Slavin. Slavin backhands this one through the blue paint. Kotkaniemi gets to it. But New Jersey has a chance to clear as it deflects off of Bratt out to center ice. As Hall will play this one back for Burns. Brent Burns appearing in playoff game 121 in his career. Now Kotkaniemi with it. He'll play this one around for Hall. Back around Kotkaniemi, lets it go to the point. That offering there doesn't get through. Now Kotkaniemi hanging on. He'll get it to Hall. Hall wants to make a move. Dumoulin gets in the way. And the Devils are able to clear. As Cotter has it. Cotter fires it off the end boards. Andersen reads the play and moves it along. It'll be kept in by Cotter. Cody Glass behind the net. He tries to get it to Steph Nason. Nason does, but he'll give it away. And Gostisbehere looks to clear. Can't do it. Kept in by Pesce. He banks it off the glass. Walker has a shoulder for Cotter. Nason trying to get to it. Chipped away by Roslovic. It'll come out to the point. Pesce with a drive. That's deflected. Getting a piece is Andersen on the way by.
Nason got it to Pesce, and Pesce made a smart shot to the far side because that's where the potential tips were in the shooting lane. Carolina had pretty tight coverage in front.
As we're now under 14 minutes remaining here in this third period. 3-1 Canes lead. Carolina with the puck in the Devils zone. Stankoven takes a shoulder in your living room. This one is sent to the corner. Martinook jumps to try to keep it in, but it'll be knocked away. An opportunity now for Andre Palat. Good stick there by Orlov as he reached to knock it away. Stankoven plays it away from Hamilton. And Stahl up the boards and out.
That's the trust Stankoven's built on this line. You know, Hamilton's coming down the wall with the pinch. Make sure to get it out even if you ice it.
Icing on Carolina, but the 2025 playoffs are here, and you can secure your tickets to witness the Canes' quest for the Cup. Get your seats today at hurricanes.com/playoffs. That will get you in this building. That was electric when the Canes hit the ice here.
Sheldon, Rod's looking up at the clock because you can't change off of icing. He's going with the Haula line, knowing that Stahl's line will finish. Then you'll get Heischer after the fact.
Now Hamilton's drive. Martinook, I think he broke his stick as he heads to the bench. Wanted to play it. Smart play there by Martinook to know you can't play it with a broken twig. Now this one will be deflected center ice. Haula. His pass will be given away to Stahl. Jarvis will deflect it through and right on cue, Trip.
You just knew it was going to happen. That's why Rod was looking up. That's one situation at home that the home coach can't control who's on the ice. Smart decision from Sheldon Keefe. He's building for the next shift.
But also one of the things where the Canes have built this team better is Slavin drives in. They'll get it across for Jarvis is the two-way play of Jarvis and Aho and Jackson Blake this year. As they're on the ice and getting Slavin out there to help out. Doesn't hurt your Carolina Hurricanes defensively, that's for sure. The human eraser, as we've heard that one be called a few times. Burns has it at center ice. He tries to chip it, but Bastian with it. He'll lose it to Jarvis. It'll be fenced at in between the blue lines. Carolina will chip this one in, but too far. Icing on the Hurricanes.
And it sure looks like as this thing is worn along, Sheldon Keefe has moved around his line combinations. Yeah, because, I mean, think about it. They haven't generated any offense. And, I mean, when you against a top line, when you have last change at home coach has it, and you can put the Stahl line on the ice and Slavin and Burns, it's tough. So he's moved around his line combinations as a result. And, of course, there was a 3-0 hole at one point.
As you see, Slavin and Burns out there in about a minute on this shift. Hughes can't get a shot through. Second opportunity does, and Frederik Andersen with the glove, and he'll hang on. 12:08 left in the third. Canes still lead New Jersey 3-1.
Hockey is a game of speed, and the Triangle is one of the fastest growing regions in the country. At the center of the excitement are Lenovo and the Carolina Hurricanes, partnering to unveil the Lenovo Center. With one of its global headquarters in the Triangle, Lenovo is the perfect partner to launch a new era of technology and fun. Don't miss out. Come check out the Lenovo Center and cheer on the Canes.
Hey everyone, Adney and Verk here to talk about our great podcast, NHL Unscripted with Verk and Demers.
Jason Demers here. After playing 700 NHL games, it turns out I have an opinion or two. Whoever's saying trade one of them, you don't know anything about hockey. I'm on the bandwagon. I'm rooting for this team. With new guests every week, we will talk about hockey and more.
Can't wait till you watch this movie because it's the biggest award of her career.
He went into the cheetah exhibit, and the cheetah took a piece out of him, and he came into the ring the next day.
Tune in to NHL Unscripted with Verk and Demers, the iHeartRadio app, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Doesn't the North Carolina Education Lottery Winners Club give the best massages?
I've never felt so relaxed.
Thanks to this month's scratch-offs, this is our life now.
It's like winning again and again and again.
This month's scratch-offs pack over $150 million in total prizes. The Winners Club awaits. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds of winning range from 103.8 to 9.88. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
Welcome back inside where it's been a physical hockey game here so far as anticipated. More than 70 hits combined between these two teams. For Carolina, Will Carrier and Eric Robinson have combined for 1/3 of their team's hits roughly so far. I spoke with Will Carrier, a Wiley veteran who talked about the intensity of playoff hockey, knowing that it was going to be physical. He said, but for Carolina, there's a fine line and a balance. You want to play physical hockey, finish your checks, do the right things, but you don't want to diminish anything that you can do offensively that can change your game. For him, he knew it was going to be a priority for his line, and that's what we've seen so far.
Hannah, excellent content as always. You know that he always brings that, and he has certainly done that, and that's why he's made for playoff hockey.
Well, that's why the Canes brought him here as the Devils win the draw. This will get to the side of the net out in front. Andersen trying to make a save. It's a cluster of humanity, and Andersen will paw that one and get the face-off.
And beyond Carrier's hits, for me, the two most intriguing hits at the very least in this game was Seth Jarvis on Brett Pesce in the second period and Andrei Svechnikov on Dougie Hamilton. When you factor in the history of friendships and whatnot, so those have been really impactful hits in this game, both occurring in the second period.
We take a look at it's been physical as the Devils will keep this puck in. It's Hughes bothered there by Hall. He'll get it to Kotkaniemi. Can he spring Svechnikov? Yes, he can. Svechnikov stopping on Hamilton. Drop back. Kotkaniemi waits. What a save by Markstrom. Rebound though. Empty net gets put through as Svechnikov looks for it. Markstrom's way out. There is Luke Hughes is in the net for the Devils. He's hurt. He'll get out. Gostisbehere. He'll put it centered. Svechnikov. Another save by Markstrom. Then he's got a slash. Markstrom slashes his own man.
That was unbelievable. New Jersey could have lost two guys. Glass most recently and Hughes before that. Boy, has this line been good. Kotkaniemi, Hall, and Svechnikov. Really good stuff. Hamilton closes pretty well on Svechnikov, but he still makes a great pass. And caught in no man's land. Excellent low save from Markstrom on Hall. Hughes damaged and hurt in the process. And then the slash, Svechnikov went to the front of the net, trying to get Svechnikov, Markstrom, and he got Glass. Boy, is this line has been stellar. And look at that right there. I mean, they have gotten the Devils off their game.
I can't believe I'm asking you this. You can't do it because it's friendly fire, but that's a slashing penalty.
Oh, yeah, there were a couple of potential penalizing situations right there, but it won't happen. But having already lost Dylan, if Luke Hughes is hurt too, I've always thought, and I've mentioned it with regularity, Svechnikov, when he's on, people think about his shot. His ability to distribute the puck like he did there with Hamilton closing to create the initial chance, that's his best asset.
Now we'll have to pay attention because there's no Brendan Dillon, no Luke Hughes. Now you'll lose Cody Glass up front. So Devils are down 3 players. Carolina up 3-1 here in the third period. As Stahl tries to play this one to Martinov. He hops around Meyer. He's able to work this one free, and Dumoulin to center ice, no further. And Slavin knocked it down, and the Canes will work it around. Burns up the boards, looking for Stahl, but this is going to be icing against the Hurricanes.
The Canes have been physical, but they've been smartly and cleanly physical. Svechnikov, 2 hits in the first period. Open again. Brendan Dillon injured in the second is okay. Jarvis on the longtime Hurricane and his teammate Brett Pesce. This is the playoffs. Svechnikov hitting a guy that was a big part of breaking him into the league, Dougie Hamilton. Hamilton didn't love it. It's what you got to do to be successful.
Well, I just showed you the Devils bench. Normally you see that when there's a bunch of penalties that have been handed out. This has been now a war of attrition for New Jersey in just game 1 as the Canes will win this draw in their zone. Burns tries to turn away from Mercer. He does. Carolina will chip this in, and it won't be icing because Hamilton could have played it before it went the distance. 10:35 left here in the third. A chance. Here comes Bratt. He goes for the far side. That misses everything. And will spit back out into the New Jersey zone where Pesce will handle it. He'll try to play it to Hamilton. Blake, he won't bother Hamilton, but he's able to find just for Bratt. Bratt, he'll turn and head to the Kane zone. Crossing the line. Knocked down at the blue line by Jarvis, but Haula plays it down low, and Andersen casually gloves that, and he'll hang on for a face-off.
Well, in the composure department, Andersen a definite edge. I think he's looked really sharp. The 2 moments, and he just had one on a sharp angle shot from Brad. And the Hischier goal, those are the 2 moments where he looks like he's guessing on those sharp angled shots. The more high danger chances, he's looked truly dialed in. He hasn't been overly taxed. I think about that Hischier save earlier in this period.
We're also talking about the physical nature of this game. Halfway through this third period, 75 hits, 40 for Carolina, 35 for New Jersey. Now the Canes will get it to Stankoven and backhand, looking for the hat trick, and the save made by Markstrom. That would be something. Logan Stankoven could join Andrei Svechnikov in that playoff hat trick category. As Burns banks this one off of the boards. Now out in front, a chance by Dumoulin. What a save! Mr. Andersen keeps it out.
Twice. The first save was brilliant. The second save was brilliant in caps with the shaft of his stick.
9:36 left in the third. Carolina up 3-1. And it stays that way as Mr. Andersen, first on Dumoulin, then on Meyer, enters the matrix.
Steel deals are happening now. From instant savings on select tools to free battery offers on some of our most popular battery tool sets. You can enjoy great deals and do it all with Steel. Shop online or in store at your local Steel dealer. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
For almost a decade, the Hurricanes have trusted their t-shirt needs with Cardinal Apparel. Carolina Hurricanes alumni Shane Willis here to tell you Cardinal Apparel has expanded and relocated to better serve their clients across the state. Formerly known as Raleigh Screen Print, Cardinal Apparel will produce high-quality screen printing while working directly with customers. Don't waste your time online trying to order through third-party vendors. Save money and time working with Cardinal Apparel. Visit cardinalapparel.com to start your order today.
Move your sports day forward.
The golf world needed Rory's win at the Masters just as much as he needed the green jacket. We have someone new to root for, and he's relatable. Just a guy who cranks one into the water one moment, then saves par by smashing one out of the rough. Now, if he's really turned the corner, let's see if he contends at next month's PGA.
Get set up. Join Next Up with Paul Ihander. Mornings at 9 on 99.9 The Fan, the Triangle Sports Leader.
Our Kia player profile, Logan Stankoven. He does have playoff experience despite being a rookie. 5 goals, 2 of them here tonight. +7, and he has been a postseason performer, Trip, throughout his hockey career.
Yeah, it was certainly in the Western Hockey League and his limited time in Dallas. But yes, going back to his time with Kamloops in the Western Hockey League, part of a Memorial Cup hosted there. He's always played his best with the most on the line.
As New Jersey works this into the zone. Andersen tries to help it out. Fighting for it there is Dowling. They'll go into the corner. The Devils are down a couple of players here. And now Carolina trying to weigh heavily on New Jersey in the final 9 minutes of this third period, up 3-1. As this is worked back. With a chance there is Walker. That'll go wide, trying the short side. Robinson. Ian Nason. Steph Nason. He really did damage on the power play with Carolina, and an outstanding season this year for New Jersey in his first year there. 22 goals. The Canes right now just concerned with getting this one to the finish line.
Those two saves Andersen made a minute ago are huge, aside from the stylish nature, but would have been 3-2 with 10 minutes or just under to play. Huge saves.
Here's Aho. He'll lay this off for Blake. Jackson Blake taking a look. That'll deflect behind the net. Jarvis. He's run into by Kovacevic. Mercer chopping at him. Along the boards. He'll get help there by Blake. Down low for Aho. Aho's going to be crunched by Mercer, but he saw it coming. Orlov wanted to shovel it to Blake. Blake was turning into the play, and Mercer will come up with it, and a penalty coming up to Blake after that as New Jersey is offside, but Blake is going to be going to the box.
It's going to be a hook. TJ Luxmore with the upcoming call. Announcement coming.
Carolina penalty number 53. 2-minute minor. Hooking.
It's right at the New Jersey blue line. Stick comes parallel. One more look at it. Once that stick comes parallel. Let's take a look at these two great saves. Huge saves. The first one, Freddie, as good of a save as he made. He knew he was going to give up a rebound. This is the key part. Stick goes right to the post and then attacks. You see it there? In desperation. Right to the post, then attack with that stick.
Now the Canes will win this draw and send it the length of the ice. Markstrom. He'll play it back for Hamilton. It's the second power play opportunity for New Jersey. They'll get in the Canes zone and stall. We'll fire this one back into the Devil zone, and he'll go for a change. 25 seconds have already elapsed here in this penalty kill for Carolina. Now Timo Meyer will carry it in. Watched by Aho. Goes off of escape. Burns will get to it. And he'll wing this down, and Markstrom will stop the bouncing puck.
Mike, Burns, when he got that puck in his own and he took a look. Am I going up the strong side along the boards? No, it was covered. Goes up the middle and then played Plinko for a challenging stop.
Now Heischer will roll this in, but Chatfield will get to it. He'll turn, looking for room, and here comes Aho. As it was swatted away by Jarvis. Aho slowing things down. He'll leave it for Jarvis. Jarvis, he'll turn on Nason. And he'll kill a few more seconds, but not enough as Heischer will come up with it. He'll drop it back now to be given away to Stahl. Stahl, he'll use the reach. He'll carry it in and chip it back into the corner for Jarvis. 45 seconds left in the kill for Carolina. Jarvis off the glass. Mercer will come away with it for New Jersey.
No Luke Hughes, so Brett Pesce playing on the power play.
No chance here. Burns is running to. Mercer will come up with a puck. He'll leave it. Hamilton shot. And that's wired wide, and Andersen waved at it on the way by. Might have gotten a piece. And the Canes trying to clear this one. Can't. Kept in. And Sprong keeps it there. Now out in front. Andersen makes the save. Mercer will get it back out. Hamilton. He goes across the rink. It's Palat. Hamilton tees it up. That's deflected. Low drive. Andersen gets across. Burns wants to clear. Sprong back to Hamilton. 7 seconds left here in the kill for Carolina. Puck comes loose. And the captain will finish this one off. And out of the box comes Blake. 0 shots officially on goal for New Jersey. And now Dumoulin up the boards. A little too far for Dowling, and the Canes turn it back.
My view, when Carolina's been shorthanded, the home crowd has made a decisive difference.
Canes penalty killers 2 for 2 in this one. Now Cotter, he'll wheel it for Dumoulin. I know there's a ton of time left, but if you're Sheldon Keefe, what are you thinking? Maybe you got to pull Jacob Markstrom and get something going.
You got a commercial timeout still. So he's not thinking about it yet. And that'll be a reset. And you didn't get any momentum from that power play, so it's not like you're pushing, which would make you think about lifting him earlier. You know you got that commercial timeout coming up.
Now a good forecheck here by Jersey, but I'll throw that out of the zone. He's unable to keep it in, was Bratton. Now Carolina can just let a few more seconds melt away. 4 minutes, 40 seconds left here in this third period. Canes lead 3-1. Now Nico Hischier, he's the goal scorer for New Jersey. We'll get it up for Hamilton. That'll bounce, and Orlov will get to it. He'll chip it. And they're going to give icing against Carolina as Robinson and Pesce were skating for it.
Well, two things. Let's see if the referees get together and pivot this to a neutral zone face-off. No, they're going to stick with their call. It's a tough call. So the linesman right here thinks Pesce's getting to the puck first, but then Robinson, it's when it crosses the goal line. It's a tough call. You move on from it. This would be the situation. 4.5 is still early. Tough Carolina bodies that can't change off of icing. That Sheldon Keefe would have thought about it, but not thought hard about lifting the goalie.
Yeah, to your point, though, the Canes had a couple of players still on, nobody in real danger zone. They were in the high 30s. And the Canes get it out. Able to change up. And here's Blake. He'll fight for it. Mason will come up with it. And he'll lose it as he was trying to get it to Holland.
Good to see Jack Hughes back. Or sorry, Luke Hughes. Jack isn't going to be back.
I was going to say, if Jack Hughes came back,
that'd be something. But it is good to see Luke back.
Now it's New Jersey chipping this one back into the Cane zone. Slavin. He'll play it for Jarvis. 3:45 left here in this third period. Canes with a 2-goal advantage. Jalen Chatfield early in the first, and 2 from Logan Stankoven in the second. As Paul Cotter tries to make his way through Slavin and Burns, and good luck with that.
It was the first time Sheldon Keefe looked at Jacob Markstrom. So I would think the next time, if New Jersey comes up and gets into the Carolina zone with the puck, off he goes. He's looking at him right now.
Now Dumoulin behind the net. Here the Canes, he can stay there as long as he wants as this is deflected out. Now a chance here for Sprong, too far. Gostisbehere with it. He'll play it for Martinook. He'll sweep it to himself. He's got to get along and get around Pesce, and he does. Now Dumoulin will play it up. This will be cleared out. Palat, he and Walker meet. Martinook wanted to get it in deep. We'll get a second chance with a little help there from Kotkaniemi. Now Stankoven making a play to himself. He'll work it, it'll settle down. And Luke Hughes has the puck. He'll take a look. Under 3 minutes remaining here in the third. And making his way to the bench is Markstrom, extra attacker for New Jersey. Kotkaniemi with it, looks to clear, kept in by Brack. That'll be knocked away. Svechnikov knocks it away. He'll get it back. Svechnikov, bingo! Into the empty net, 4-1 Carolina.
Carolina's empty net magician in his career, with all the empty net goals he's scored. I don't know that there's been one that he's deserved more than this one. Hall got it to him. I don't think he wanted to shoot. He wanted to be unselfish, but he knew he had to bury it. And look at those optics of this home crowd. I don't remember, and he's had a ton of empty netters, that he's deserved one more than this afternoon, the way he's played, Andrei Svechnikov.
It's his 16th career playoff goal. And the Canes now have a 3-goal advantage here. New Jersey, though, with a long drive from the blue line, and that's seen and hung on to by Frederik Andersen. Oh, the Canes can feel it. They're 2 minutes and 9 seconds away from taking Game 1 in Raleigh.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection, one that helps better their everyday through the things they value most: friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's life unlimited. That's Spectrum.
To us, every moment matters. Moments of quiet perseverance and loud celebrations. Starting moments and the moments that make us feel unstoppable. We're here to help you be present for them all. UNC Health is dedicated to getting you back to what you love. Faster, stronger, and healthier. Official healthcare provider of the Carolina Hurricanes.
Who wants to save up to $1 a gallon on gas with Harris Teeter fuel points? It's easy. Shop at Harris Teeter with your VIC card. Earn 1 fuel point for every dollar spent. Redeem your points for gas savings at Harris Teeter fuel centers in our partnering Amoco and BP gas stations. You can even check your fuel points in the Harris Teeter app. Get 4 times the fuel points when you shop on Fridays. Harris Teeter, in food with love.
There is nothing like playoff hockey. Here's your look inside Lenovo. Stormy's excited. Game 2 will be on Tuesday. You can join us on FanDuel Sports Network, 5:30, with the pregame coverage with Hannah Yates and Shane Willis. 6 o'clock face-off.
You got to be careful here late to make sure to protect yourself.
As Roslovic's shot is gloved there by Markstrom, and as mentioned, the Canes a minute 49 away from taking a 1-game-to-none series advantage into Game 2 on Tuesday. Right here, remember, every single game of this series on FanDuel Sports Network.
The reason I said earlier in the period, 3 years ago, you won games 1 and 2 in the first round against Boston. Then 2 consecutive years, games 1 and 2 won against the Islanders. And now Carolina's going to win this one. Oftentimes with pressure at home in the first round, home ice is a disadvantage. Carolina has truly bucked the trend. Hard to do in first rounds.
Now New Jersey, Paula, he'll turn. That'll be kicked away by Andersen. Mason wants to get to the rebound and does. Gostisbehere will chop at it, but it comes out from Meyer. Meyer is taken off of his skates by Svechnikov. Now back behind the net. Hall is pinned back there. And Gostisbehere now will get a whistle as a couple of bodies fall to the ice, and blowing the whistle and getting the stoppage is TJ Luxmore.
You know, Mike, you look at it, going back to that Boston series that went 7. Carolina went 4-0 at home. And then they went, the next year, the first year against the Islanders, they went 2-1 at home, 1-6 on the road. 3-0 at home last year against the Islanders. Now they're going to win this one. Very impressive. Now, a lot of times you're playing a wild card team or a team that was already in playoff mode. New Jersey's not that. That's where I say a team that's clinched early, it can be tough in the first round. You advance, your home ice advantage becomes much more prevalent. Now that's actually fallen the other way for Carolina. Their starts have been great.
Now Hall comes up with a turnover, trying to get the shot away. Dumoulin gets in front of it as Hall didn't get a clean look at that one. There's 70 seconds remain, and this one is deflected off the glass and out of play. And it's a good thing when you can have this kind of stank. 2 goals for Logan Stankoven today here, Trim.
Well, that line just dominated. When you look at how much time they spend in the offensive zone, checking the other team's best, that's the first thing you think about. But then you think about the way they dominated the second period to extend the lead, and then Stankoven's second on the power play to extend it again.
Now Roslovic wins the draw. He'll get it back for Walker. As we're coming up on the last minute of play here in this third period. Cotter with it for New Jersey. He'll cross into the Kane zone. Dowling out in front. He'll chip at it. That'll go wide. And a big hit by Carrier on Cotter. Those are 2 heavyweights in the hitting department in the NHL.
And you want, with a 4-1 lead, you want Carrier out in the last minute. Your third defensive pair. Excellent job handling the situation.
Now Hamilton with it to Bastian, trying the short side. Andersen with the save. 30 seconds left. Another shot out in front, and another save by Andersen on Hamilton there. And New Jersey trying to get a little bit of something that they can take with them to game 2. Hamilton's pass intercepted by Robinson. And the Canes fans know they got it. The final 10 seconds.
Well, that was a dangerous hit with the door open at the end of the game. Taylor Hall knew it. That defensive door was open. The game has been decided. Sprong, that is a tough hit. Especially with the door open, and in a game, it wasn't going to impact the game at all. What a win, Mike. That was a tough hit.
Well, we'll see if any of that carries over, but what definitely will, the Carolina Hurricanes, 4-1 victory. And they now have a 1-0 series lead in the race to 4. It's a best-of-7 first-round matchup. And the Canes take game 1 here at Lenovo Center.
With all the storylines that this team created in game 1, Chatfield getting the all-important first goal. With the incredible atmosphere of your home crowd having earned home ice in the first game of the playoffs, Chatfield's goal was a massive one.
It started everything for Carolina. It is step 1 on the journey to 16 wins. Jalen Chatfield's second career playoff goal that came 2:24 into this one. Got the Hurricanes on the right foot. We'll have the 3 stars. And as we get a look at the all-time series, this is the 6th time they've met. The Canes have won the last 4, and the last time they played in 2023 with a lot of these same players. The Canes wrapped it up in 5 games. They get game number 1 here today on Easter Sunday. So plenty of candy to go around for the Caniacs in this one in a 4-1 victory. And if you're the Hurricanes in this game, plenty to choose from in the 3-star department.
Goal today, number 5, Jalen Chatfield. The second star of the game from the Carolina Hurricanes with 23 saves in goal, number 31, Frederik Andersen. And the first star of the game from the Carolina Hurricanes with 2 goals, including the game winner, number 22.
Let's go down to Hannah Yates with Frederik Andersen with a big win here today for Carolina.
Freddie, what a game 1 here at Lenovo Center tonight. What about the team's game plan was executed so well?
Yeah, I thought we had a lot of excitement built it up to this day, and obviously guys came out.
What if I open my soul? Here I stand by myself on my own. What if I lose all control and take a step out into the
23 saves for you. Congrats. When you think about your mentality for
what do I know? What's going on now? Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I let go? I do really want to know what's going on now. Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I say so? We're just putting on a show. Oh, oh, oh. What do I know? I need to open my eyes and get a touch of that reality. Don't want another surprise.